Hello everyone, my name is Mitz, and here we are back at Higurashi when they cry. So now thankfully Satoko is out and away from her uncle's care, and with the help of Keiichi and Ko and To, talking to the town council and basically also Order itself, now everyone is gonna steer clear away from treating Sadako badly because of the whole damn conflict, which is it's a very, very nice plus. But now, since everything's now all in order, the only thing we have to wait for to see is if fucking goddamn Takano and gosh dang Tomataki are dead or alive just right now. Oh yay, oh boy. The sound of it and looks of it, Rika's literally just waiting till the next day to find out the entire aftermath and all that. I can just totally imagine though, in one of the earlier resets, honestly, for each little loop, honestly, Rika just like decides to go up to both of them, just like, I'm gonna be protecting you now, and just grabs like that same syringe or knife, just starts like just being a spy and just moving from bush to bush while they're while they're just having their little day before they all get jumped, the three of them. The image in my head is honestly kind of just amazing, but I do think we're gonna find at least a tiny bit more about Takano, since from the very beginning, besides she was nurse and she actually helps with him, Rika and like Sadako's like research thing. We don't know too much about her. We technically learn more about Tomataki, but not too much from that anyway. He has his name changed from moving from here and there. Oh, okay, you guys are still alive then. Oh, what's this? We're getting a shot from you guys almost gonna get attacked. Oh my good gosh. Uh, yeah, I remember you telling us about that. Oh, hi, Rika, you're here. Are you literally gonna be this bodyguard spy for them now too? Oh my gosh. But why? Why do you think Takano-san will be murdered? Because I've seen it happen. My. Frankly, it would be an honor for us to be victims of the fifth curse of Yashiro-sama. For you, I don't know too much about him over there. As I expected, they didn't really take me telling them that they'd be killed in the night of the festival seriously. They did keep the promise to tighten up my security after I showed them the ritual storehouse. However, they hadn't given one thought to their own safety. We can handle them, don't worry. Tomataki has a pocket knife. Is it too long? No, just 1 inch shorter than the legal limit. Oh well, like I said, I didn't expect them to believe me. If they were willing to take me seriously, I could have easily changed their fate a long time ago. I'm probably gonna mention this right now. If my voice sounds a bit weird for this episode, I'm a bit sick, so I'm just letting it all out there, boy. Hopefully it's not too annoying. I'm only gonna tell you this one more time. Tomataki, you're gonna claw out your throat and die. Oh my gosh, that's not something little girls should be thinking about at your age. No, sirree. Takano, you're gonna burn to death on top of some mountain. Technically strangled first. But weirdly enough, still, we don't even, like, besides dental records, which maybe, depending the secret bodyguard thing, they could maybe play that in there, or, ties a police office, which, well, that part now doubtful, honestly, because, the Sonataki's, lack of involvement from the sound of it, yes. So unless the bodyguard can somehow manipulate dental records in a body and all that, maybe that is on the table. Especially since there's still that idea that Takano and like stayed alive, like the day before her body's found dead. So unless you're an imposter. Takano, you're gonna burn to death on top of some mountain, on some mountain. I'm gonna claw out my own throat like the eternal sentence of L5? Yes. Yes. But like, it's now weirdly enough that weird enough that that's the disease's symptoms, and apparently from the sound of it, how everything is going, and not many people know the disease, or not to that extent, apparently. Oh, don't worry, I took the shots. I don't have the disease. Huh. Well, it makes sense if you're like working, but how did it suddenly get to you then? Did someone put a reverse syringe into your blood system that made you even more paranoid after like being attacked and running away than clawing your own throat and dying? Is there such a thing as that? Like the opposite of a vaccine that's only just injecting a disease into someone's system, though. What happens to me is horrible too. I'm gonna burn to death in some mountain. Don't forget the strangling part. Well, I don't think Rika's ever heard about the strangling part anyway, just the burning part, probably. Did you ever dream about that? Very visionary dreams. I just want both of you to be careful, at least for tonight. You can be reckless any other night, just not tonight. Please listen to me, even if you really don't believe it. Did you have an ominous vision about some danger befalling us, perhaps? Rika, this is your time. This is where you just invoked your Oyashiro-sama hood, and ward them off. Tell them you had a grand old vision, please. Don't worry. You're under the protection of the mountain dogs. You had 8 security guards watching you today. But you have security guards watching you, though. Thank you very much. I know I'm being protected, but I want you guys to be careful, too. Thank you for your concern. We'll be fine. I've even been working out. But do you have a weapon on hand? I don't know if that camera technically is like a small secret spy gun, honestly. So you should probably get something. I think I protect myself. Grab a spear. Get long stick from the woods and use to protect yourself. Not use a blunt log. Only use long spear. Tomotaki flexed his bicep and smiled. Of course. He's probably trying to make me feel better. But all he really did was make me feel sadder. They won't listen to me. This is the sad part about being me. I know the future, but I can't tell them. Well, it's more like they won't believe you anyway. It's as if that was a rule of the world. People tend not to believe what I tell them. Well, here's the thing. Well, for like these kind of things, it'd be like it's a staple in time loop stories. You literally try to talk to them, like literally try to find them at like for one loop, just try to keep talking to them and talking to them until they say something they never told anyone, or never tell you, or they never tell anyone in this situation. And the next loop comes around, you tell them exactly that, and they have to believe you no matter what. Okay, that's what you should have done, Rika. That's what you should have done. Okay. This is why in the earlier loops you should have grabbed as much information as possible and use it to your manipulating advantage. Okay? Okay? Alright. But you're gonna die. The Tomotaki and Takano die, I'll be killed next. The 2 of you are dead who will protect me. They just say, the dogs. Don't you see? The dogs that are hiding up there, way deep into the mountains. They're staring at us right now through binoculars. Sounds like you had a horrible dream. Don't worry. If we die, the mountain dogs will still protect you. Are you really sure they would? They never protected me before. Oh, that's not true. They saved you when you got in a fight, remember? Well, there's that, but... They're watching you at all times. Of course, they aren't on alert at all times, but just as they expressed the other day, the security around you is still extremely strong. You even have a better security team than Dr. Eerie. Better security team, what? They'll keep me on protecting me even after you die? Of course. You're the most important person to us. So you're sure that we're getting killed tonight? Yes. From the sound of it, honestly, I don't even, like, at this point, like, whoever the culprit is, was a different person each time, or, like, for each individual year, or like, even from the person... That's gonna be a mind melt, honestly, if the person who dies each year and the person who goes missing each year is from 2 different people, which that'd be a whole clusterfuck to try to think and realize, so let's just go and say it's all one person. But if it's someone else, honestly, from this year, like 2 different people this year, then oh boy. So you're sure we're getting killed tonight? I just realized something. They have to, like, if they're gonna, like, try to, like, do a whole thing explaining every single year, honestly, and not leave anything up to, your own imagination to figure out, that means they'll have to try to explain, I guess, the whole thing about, Satoshi killing the ant, or was that weird, strange guy. Even if, like, if they try to, basically just say, like, only one of them did kill, or, like, they're trying to leave that to the mystery, they'll explain that weird guy for some reason, who just decided to confess or something like that. He had knowledge of it anyway, so it's weird. So you're saying that we're sure to get killed tonight? That's too bad. Like, you want to see more sights around the world and eat more delicious food and fall in love even more? You have no intention to survive, but I only have to worry about myself then. My words must have left a mark on his heart. It looked much more serious when I said that to him. Ah, good grief. Okay then. I'll be extra careful tonight. I'll take a security guard with me when I'm going back to Okuniya. I think someone might attack the 2 of you if you're alone together. Make sure not to be alone with each other tonight. It's have a third wheel into your little date right there. My, are you jealous? You're such a precocious girl. Like I thought, I can't change their fate. We say Satoko, everyone shared the same sense of urgency. That's why we all got together and stayed before it's too late. Didn't they just say they'll take a security guard? Oh, yeah, well, when they're going back to Okuniya, but If they get attacked right now, tonight, then... How are these two have no sense of urgency at all? This is why you talk to them before another loop or try to get as much information out of them you can and then use it against them later. It's not manipulation, you're trying to save someone's life, right? Right. How can I make them understand? I sighed and gave up. Look, this is why... Rika, oh my good gosh, you have no sense of strategy and statique. Tomataki, Takano, goodbye. Thank you for everything. Hey, wait, Rika-chan. You had no faith in them. I have nothing else to say to them now, so it might be worth talking to someone else. If I could get someone else protect them, I might be able to change something. I can't give up yet. Basically, just turn around to the mountains right there. Those Tomataki, they're like, hey, one of y'all, protect them, please, and just walk off. Fate is as thin as a piece of paper. I thought Katie told me not to bring up the word fate ever again. Ah! Trauma word. It's just like a lid in a jar of jam. Okay. It's not gonna open up unless you believe it will. Use Pandora's box analogy here. I have to believe that I can change my fate. If I don't, it's not gonna change. Hello. Tomataki-san, Takano-san? Didn't we already tell you this before? Are you sure about this? I told Eri about this so many times in the past. Eri tends to listen to me more seriously than Tomataki and Takano do. Okay, good. How does it mean you can actually do something about it? Just, you be the secret spy and just go from bush to bush with a dagger in hand. Just make sure they stay alive all night. I'm the Shrine Maiden of Yoshiro-sama, and I have a bad feeling about this. Is that not a good enough reason? I understand. Might be a message from Yoshiro-sama. Look, get up your goodness points in my system by my actually doing this, okay? Do it, please. That really happens tonight. It might be the 5th time in a row. I'll tell the two of them to be cautious too. All Eri would end up doing would be warning the two of them, which was exactly the same thing as what I did. In other words, it wouldn't matter in the least. You're just a researcher and has no ability to deal with unexpected trouble. That's why Takano works for him, after all. Please talk to them. Please. Who else would treat me seriously? Who would be able to prevent Tomataki and Takano's death? Talk to the mountain dogs right there. I'm just gesturing with my spirit hands in this world, technically speaking. Go over there. Go over there, Rika. Talk to those people on the gosh dang trees. That's right. There's one man who's been fighting the curse at Yoshiro-sama with all his might. Are you gonna talk to Oishi this time? Oh, I fucking knew it. Oh, it's Rudy-san. I've been looking for you. My gosh, you've been looking for me? Oh my good gosh. Don't interrogate her, please. Agasaka-san wants to say goodbye. Okay, there's that too. Good. Okay, please. I guess he and I are not meant to be. Phrasing. You're still upset about last week. Agasaka-san really regrets that he wasn't able to help you. He says he'll let to come back to Hinamizawa again when he has his next vacation. Oh, he literally just left. But his wife took it personally. She's pretty, his wife, but she can be scary too. Oishi, I have something important to tell you, but no one else believes me. What's the matter? I've spoken to him several times in the past too. You're telling did you tell everyone all at once or just individually each loop? Because that's the big difference. Okay, stammer, stutter. He usually takes me pretty seriously. However, did they die? He starts suspecting me. That's why I stopped talking to him. Where did you hear that? We're at the festival. I told him I heard someone talking about murdering them in the crowd. That way he might not be suspicious of me after the murder really happens. Tomataki-san is not from around here, and with Takano-san that makes 2 people. One's gonna die and one is gonna disappear. This could be the 5th year's curse of Yoshiro-sama. Look at that good... You did it, Rika. You manipulated and lied. That's the good way. That's the good way to do here, okay? And no one's gonna believe you but the truth, then goddamn lie your ass off. I can't think this is anything more than a rumor, you understand? But just in case, we'll keep our eye on the 2 of them tonight. I think they were saying they're gonna attack them somewhere between Hinamizawa and Okinomiya. Tomataki's body we found on the road leading out of the village. From what I remember, he discovered where the concrete road turns to gravel. Well, Tomotaki said he was gonna get a bodyguard from Okamiya, but he just saying that just to make sure you get put at ease, and he's not gonna do it at all. Then there's that too. There's that too. So, From what I remember, he discovered where the concrete road turns to gravel. I see. I'll have a cruiser patrol around there. We can spare that at least. He agreed to get involved, and he wasn't suspicious of me either. I'm sure it seems odd to people that Oishi actually believe this phony-sounding story of mine. The thing about Oishi is that he strongly believes that there's no smoke and there's no fire. I've learned from experience that he tends to believe my information. However, that personality of his has caused me so much trouble within previous worlds. Of course, there's no question why he's so eager to believe me now, either. This is his last chance to expose the curse of Oyashiro-sama before his retirement. I was mostly just thinking he would believe you because of that, nothing else, but okay, thank you for little exposit. Even if it might be fake, he still wanted to believe it. That was convenient for me, since they couldn't show proof. Psychic proof. Beam images into brain. There. Hey, Kuma-chan, you read? Can you hear me? The cruiser patrol the road back to Okamiya. No, just a precaution. I rumor that something bad might happen around there tonight. Yep, 2 officers should be fine. Thank you. Well, look at that. We have a bodyguard. We got 2 people who've been warned about it. Yuri's gonna tell them to be extra careful tonight, and the police are gonna be stalking them, or at least the trail back then, and a bodyguard. Look at that. Look at that. Better something change, or else all of them will get found dead. Oh my god, that'd be something. Thank you. No one else would believe me, and I didn't know what to do. It's my job to believe these things. We'll just be glad nothing happens. Be happy to swing and miss. Yay, baseball analogy. Well, that's what my late colleague used to say. Besides, it's even worse if you ignore what you're told and don't take precautions, you know? I see. That's his way of thinking about things. Look, exactly. Look, I'll agree with him on that. That's very good. Like, if there's something weird in the situation, my first thought is worst case scenario, and to make sure I'm, what to do in that worst case scenario. That's the best way to handle things, honestly. If you don't know what the fuck is happening, that's the best way to do it, in my opinion. That's why you believe me with a question. I hope you won't consider me suspect if they find their bodies tomorrow. I shouldn't worry about that for now. That's the thing, because after now, this point, you make an alibi for yourself. That's how you do it. Just you probably, like, now just imagining, you probably just think anyone, like, you try to vouch for her would just be, like, saying, you're just saying that just because, you actually trust the girl. So, your friends, and a random adult, and an elder, 3 different demographics, all together watching over you. Look at that. When technically, they were killed to death, so mauled, and, attacked in, suicides. So, 3-way layered, alibi cake right there for you. Take it or leave it. I can still do more. Who else should I talk to? Who's good at martial arts? Should I talk to my friends? No, I can't give up. I should at least try. No way! You heard someone talking about that? On the day of the festival? That's so wrong. Not to the fact of someone like saying hey, this person's gonna die, just more like just how could they talk about that on this special night? Not the fact that they threatened someone. You mean the curse, right? You're talking about the curse of Oyashiro-sama that might happen tonight. Yes. It happened 4 years in a row. Lots of people think that it's gonna happen tonight too. What they believe is their business, but it's not nice for them to talk about Tomotaki-san, Takano-san like that. I think you should talk to them about it just in case, I think. We did. Technically twice. I already did, but they didn't believe me. I bet they didn't. But it's too late if something really does happen. I think you should talk to Oishi-san. Oh my good god, it's really just that all over again then. Oh boy. And probably even worse thought that everyone's a bit tuckered out from doing all they can to help Satoko, and now they're just please, can we actually just goddamn rest, please? Rika, please don't add another problem to the pile, please. I already did. Huh, I'm kind of impressed you done all that, Rika-chama. I agree that they should take every precaution, especially tonight. Yes. If they don't take that at this point, then I'm like the several different people have warned them, and someone and the police are literally just making sure you don't die, and a body, and you were told to get a bodyguard with you, and it's happened the same night where a bunch of people died in like several years in the past in a row. That I think it's technically almost on you if you do die to all of that. You were given so many different warnings, and you already know that this is a recurring thing in the town. So it's almost kind of your fault if you don't. If something bad happens to you, you didn't take it seriously. It's your fault, honestly. It's your fault. The serious mysterious death in Hinamizawa, commonly known as the Curse of Yoshiro-sama. Okay, thank you for doing an Encyclopedia Britannica article about this. Thank you so much. I really don't want them to keep happening every year. Just might end up imitating it. It's bad publicity for the village, too. Something happens tonight means the curse is over, right? Not technically speaking, there could be a lapse in judgment. Or am I just like a small little thing of like now let's give the town a break this year and start back up with full force next year. Double people, goddamn it, 2 dead, 2 missing now. It's a disaster, the gas disaster to happen this time. So that'd still technically be part of the curse, then wouldn't it? That'd just be it anyway. It happens no matter what. So if nothing happens tonight, it means the curse is over, right? We should definitely make sure that nothing happens then. Everyone, let's all stalk them together. What can we do? Are you suggesting that we should patrol around the village or something? And then patrolling might be even more careless. Do you really think we can do something about this? Well, I don't know, just grab nunchucks, a knife, a butcher's knife, a baseball bat, or whatever you have on you. Grab one of those goddamn healing tanks over there I see behind the balloon stand. Use that as to kill someone, okay? Protection, okay? Protection. We'll be amateur bodyguards. For starters, there's a chance some deviant trying to intimidate the serial murders might be within the Nagashi Performance Committee. So let's be wary of any unfamiliar faces. Well, it's easy for us to tell strangers apart from the locals. Except for you, Keiichi. Have fun. We can spot them right away. That would be fine. But Tomitaki and Takano will still be killed. Rika-chan... Alright, let's try to do what we can. I agree. We can't protect them all night, but let's stay with them at least until the festival's over. As long as they're there, the bad guys won't be able to do anything to them. I couldn't tell if they really believe me or not, but they listened to me at least. We decided to keep our eyes on Tomitaki and Takano and protect them for the rest of the night. I guess I've done everything I can for now. Though it's hard to believe this is enough to prevent their deaths. I just hope nothing happened when I woke up tomorrow morning. Do you think you can prevent Tomitaki and Takano's deaths, Rika? You might as well try. Might be impossible. I mean, technically speaking, this is all you really can without them, technically speaking, this is like you're doing everything you can to not incite suspicion on top of you, but oh, is that actually what your whole entire, like, that's what your entire plan has been this entire time, Rika? Like, never try to insinuate that you actually know the time loop stuff, but just try to do everything you can, pretending to be, someone to just, who's not in a time loop at all, type of thing. I don't think that's kind of gonna work, honestly. Strategy-wise, look, this is exactly, if it's been happening for centuries, might as well take every single chance you get, okay? If you haven't manipulated at least one thing to see how that goes, then I don't know. It might be impossible. Their death might be the bell that portends my doom. Portends, I don't remember the last time I ever heard that word before. But Takano's told me earlier that even if they die, the mountain dogs are supposed to keep protecting me. Might bring in more squads from Tokyo, too. Probably after they hear that Takano and Tomitaki died in, too, just because of all that. Even if they die, the situation will be different this time. At least there's that. What if it still doesn't work out? Then I will just have to die. Anyway, I'm not gonna give up until the very end. I'll struggle to my very limits. I won't give up and spend the rest of my time drinking wine. Do whatever you want to do, Rika. Just the ice and the grape juice and the fermented grape juice on hand. Just mix them all together. Now I'm just wondering how that would taste, wine with grape juice mixed together. I don't know how to take that now. Huh. Okay, so no, grape juice, fermented grape juice with Kool-Aid grape ice cubes, all mixed together like that into one single glass. I want to know how it tastes now. I want to know how that feels now. You still believe that nothing is going to change, Hanyo? I don't believe anything. It's only fate. Stop it. Did you not listen to Keiichi? Never utter those goddamn words again. I keep getting hurt because I have hope, huh? If I'm an actress trying to get up on the stage, Hanyo is a real bystander. She's the one in the wings of the stage. We have very different opinions when it comes to this. Rika, no matter what happens, don't give up. It's like you're convinced nothing is going to change. Lately, the things you say have been pissing me off. Yeah, I kind of would be a bit too, honestly, after all this time. I understand. Hanyo keeps telling me not to get my hopes up because she cares about me. Because I hope to defeat fate, I get hurt when that hope is betrayed. And the more I get hurt, the closer I get to lose my mind and disappearing. For Hanyo, that means losing your only friend. Well, yeah. Losing me is probably the most unbearable thought for Hanyo, since she has to live alone, unable to communicate with anyone else. Yeah, basically. And oh, I forgot. Like, they said, like, like, the whole thing for, like, from, for the Fruity families, like, how many generations it was? Like, you know, and if it's a girl, then, they'll be the, I guess, the be reincarnation of Oyashiro-sama, so, she'll be laying for another couple generations. I think it was 8 before she finds to talk to someone all over again. Unless there's some psychics out there in the world, which she hasn't found yet. When she's only been around this area, the town, or anything like that. Oh boy. I now believe that fate can be changed. Even when I didn't have that faith, I still believe that eventually I'd find a way to get out of this maze. Perhaps Hanyo knows something I don't. You know, I listen back in my mind, honestly, that she actually might know who the culprit is, but at the same time, like, she just knows that just from who it is, and how much, like, Rika's talked to whoever that was before in the past. No matter how many different times I mentioned it, that still never changed, so there's that. I could totally buy that Rika might have not seen it, and I don't know how connected Hanyo's, you know, powers are or anything like that. Or maybe she was lying about the 2-week thing and says you only had the best shot of changing their mind in this 2-week span, honestly. If like, they tried everything like even years before then. There could be that. She might already know. Perhaps Hanyo knows something I don't. It might just be a goldfish instead of a fishbowl. There might be no way for me to escape my fate. We're stuck alone instead of a fishbowl. Every day I'd knock on the glass, believing that I might break it someday. We stare through the glass, everything looks all weird, like through a fisheye camera lens. Hanyo keeps telling me that I'm wasting my time. If I get hurt and die, she would have to survive all by herself instead of the fishbowl. With that, I think I finally understand our different opinions. Hanyo lived for a much longer time than I have. Yeah, probably well, the beginning of time and the earth and all that, maybe. Because of that, she understands the laws of this infinitely spanning world better than I do. No matter how much I refute Hanyo, I can never refute the truth. Even so, I still have to believe in my own faith. I believe in a spear that will pierce the wall of fate. My faith will make that spear sharper than ever. The whetstone? We found Tomotaki in the crowd and struck up conversation with him to keep him around as long as we could. Do the pistol, water guns, the cork guns. However, as soon as the festival ended, they tried to leave. Left now, I'd never see him again. Me and Trud insisted they stay at our house for the night, but Tomotaki refused. Everyone tried various ways to stop them from being alone because the murderer might be around. However, we eventually started to believe they wanted to be alone for adult reasons. Oh my god, it's even worse, honestly. If they were jumped for that, oh my god. That's morbidly hilarious. Oh my god. And I wound up suggesting that we shouldn't interrupt the 2 lovebirds. Oh shit, the game just crashed. Oh good god, I'll be right back. Okay, let's see if this works, honestly. Lovebirds is the last word I've seen. Don't interrupt 2 lovebirds, please. Okay, now it works. Okay, good. Literally, no, it was you, Reina, who broke the game. It was you. You're the poster child for this game. You broke it. You knew this was gonna happen, so you decided to break it beforehand. Don't worry, Rika-chan. Tomotaki-san is a man, after all. Oh, boy. She'll do everything he can for Takano-san. Is that so? If something happens, you'll rescue me, right? Oh boy, here's the 9 charming armor then. That's the plan. It must be even worse, honestly, now. He's been just, not just realizing, because everything Rika's doing, that they've just been being interrupted by almost every single circumstance this entire night. Just people telling him, you should probably be careful tonight. You should be careful tonight. You're gonna die tonight. You should, stay home. Be careful. Get a bodyguard. Get a weapon, please. And, now he's just being told this by a bunch of kids, too. Oh my good god. Must ruin the mood indefinitely. That's the plan. Well, we really should go now. It's getting pretty late. Thank you for your concern. Maybe it was actually you who's all this. He'd be actually even more and more thinking about we should worry about outside threats, but actually it was you, the betrayer, all along. Don't make any assumptions. I'm heading to the clinic because I left something there. The Kano-san has the keys, so we had to go together. That's new information. That's new information. Oh, I didn't know that you were fighting a doctor. Okay. I like these kind of jokes because they're talking about an adult, not a kid. Okay, these jokes are fine. Nah, I think it's more playing gynecologist. I'm more concerned, though. Oh, good god. Wonder how they play doctor, I wonder. Reina, just stop. Don't hit him just because you feel embarrassed. As for you two, stop only getting along and you're making dirty jokes. That's literally the only time, apparently, to everyone else, the sisters get along. Okay. Alright, then. Goodbye, everyone. I really am just going back there to get what I forgot. Don't follow us, okay? I feel inclined to follow you now, for some reason. My brain is just, Oh my god. Aww. Tomataki, please be careful. I do think you're overreacting, Rika. Never overreacting. Oh, that was a yawn. Okay. Everyone laughed when Satoko yawned. Isn't that a good time to call it a day? And Rika just, like, standing outside him, just... She's standing, like right outside the clinic, honestly, when Takano and Tomataki just, like, my eggs, and, like, she just stares him down when they just leave, and, like, heads back home to Okinomiya, honestly. just like the like classic horror trope of, like, a creepy girl just staring around, just either just, like, threatening you or just warning you. Just, you better watch your back tonight. Oh, okay. Doesn't feel like I was able to change their fate. I just hope they pay attention, that they are prepared for whatever faces them. I still might have a chance. All I could do now was pray. Goodbye, Tomataki-san. Please show us the pictures you took next time. Make sure you wear your punishment shirt. Oh yeah, I forgot that shirt. The cork gun thing happened anyway. Man, I'm so jealous you get to spend a night with a pretty lady. Woo-hoo-hoo. Okay. See you guys again. Guess we in fall. That's if we don't get killed tonight. Good night, everyone. Good night. That was the best I could do in the night of Wanton Nagashi. When you're still doing that whole thing of pretending you don't know anything's happening in the world, honestly. So maybe up your game next time, honestly. Don't know if anyone's gonna remember next time, so use everything at your disposal. Come on, you can do it. Come on, you can do it. Please tell me what happened this night. This is like a box with a cat inside. God damn it. Please tell me what happened this night. I don't even know if the cat is alive or dead inside the box. Please tell me what happened this night. The cat in the box is dead. Should we take this as they already did? Hello. Oh, we're getting him, we're actually getting him, maybe something's happening. Oh my good gosh. Tomotaki gathered up his paperwork and slipped inside his bag. Well, it makes sense they come back here anyway from, since like, he leaves almost every single season. He just here for business trip things and just has the photography thing as a cover, honestly. He just comes back here to grab everything he needs and all that and just leaves out through. So, They sure were persistent. I wonder if they really want us dead. There's that too. How are them, huh? It was only a dream. Please make sure that Dr. Erie examines Rika-chan. Her nightmares might be a symptom of something. If anything happens to her, it would be disaster. Takano touched Tomotaki's hand gently. I'm getting red flags now just because of that. As he turned bright red, Takano moved in closer and spoke. Okay. The way she acted is too sexy, Tomotaki thought. Hey, Jiro-san. I have something very important to tell you. Will you listen to me? What is it? You listen to tell me too? With your hand conspicuously behind your back? I hope you didn't see me claw my throat in my dream. What would you say if I did? This is a weird kink. Oh my good god. Takano stared at him with a mischievous look, as if seducing him. So whispering to his ear, okay, okay. I'm really surprised. That girl might have a godlike power after all. Oh hi, look at that, figures. What does that mean? Takano smiled gently and pulled back her hair. Even seeing her do that made Tomotaki's heart race. I really like you. That's good enough. Takano's fingers curled around Tomotaki's chin, stroking, tickling, and caressing it. Her moves were very captivating and seductive. I date a lot of guys, but none of them have interested me as much as you. Oh, you're a serial killer. I've learned someone with a personality like yours makes the ideal partner for me. You're willing to accept everything I stand for. I believe that you understand me completely. That's why I can give you everything I have. I want you to accept everything about me. Do you understand? Well, Takano-san, what's the matter? Her voice didn't really sound that affectionate. Tomotachi knew from experience that he couldn't grasp what was in her mind when she wore a cold smile like that. Was I actually kind of right that like the reason why she is technically found dead the other times, quote unquote, is because people were we talked to them beforehand and they might have noticed something weird about how she talked or interact with people. She just had a fake body prepared just to make sure people stop thinking, trying to find her instead of thinking everyone that she went missing and she's actually one of the people killed him and ran off and went missing. Could be that. Finally, it's almost here. Almost. It seemed as though she couldn't wait for something to happen. There was a chilling alert or a strange smile, and that made one question if something exciting was really about to happen. What's almost here? He asked, trying hard to resist the temptation. But the day my dream comes true. Huh. Your dream? Yes, my dream. Didn't I tell you before? Or do you forget about everything we talk about in bed? No, I remember. Your dream. Tomotaki's response was vague. Either he didn't remember or he hadn't understood it very well. Finally, the curse of Oyashiro-sama is gonna come true. That's what I've been dreaming about ever since I was a child. The curse? As a kid, okay. Jiro-san, listen. I can't be with you anymore. What? What do you mean? You see, I belong in a different world. A different dimension, you might say. Hinamizawa is where humans and demons once coexisted, and I'm not a human nor a demon, I'm something else entirely. That's why we met each other here. But all that is gonna come to an end soon. The eclipse of the sun brought humans and demons together. Do you understand what I'm saying? Takano-san, did you drink a bit too much at the festival? You're drunk, right? Tonight is a night of farewells. Thank you for teaching me about the sunlit realm. Your warmth was like the glow of the midday sun. We really did have a wonderful relationship. I'm so sad that we had to say goodbye. But she pulled herself away from Tomotaki and slowly stepped back. As signaling the time had come for them to part. I don't know what you're trying to say. What's this all about, Takano-san? I want you to make a decision. I want you to decide to stay with me and abandon the sunlit realm. If what you told me is all true, then I know you have no doubts. Oh, so legit decision what makes it clear that if he dies or not? Okay. At that time, Tomotaki understood that Takano was asking to make an important decision. Could it be your... That's right. Jiro-san. Tomotaki got up from his seat and looked Takano straight in the eyes. There was a faint glimmer of hostility within those eyes. Is your work more important than me? Oh, it's one of those kind of questions now. I thought so. I can't believe this. I trusted you. Whoa. Those words were ones of a projection. Takano's lips twisted into a cruel smile. Well, you're sure someone united the humans and the demons. But I guess he can't unite you and me. Takano slowly opened the door. 6 men in overalls sitting there at the ready. Okay, oh, so they were part of it all. Okay, then. Alright, then. Tomotaki was frozen in shock. The 6 men walked up to Tomotaki with no expression on their faces. It was immediately obvious that they were going to do something to harm him. What is this all about? Hinamizawa syndrome is like a bomb with a lit fuse. Hinamizawa syndrome. Is that what the disease is called, honestly? From the mass hysteria thing, or like talking the 3rd installment? At the ending of the credits, I think? Your plan is to dismantle that bomb before it explodes. However, there are some people in Tokyo who want to see it go off. No! What will that do for anyone? You know, free land and merchandise from, the dams and all that. Nobody ever does anything that isn't beneficial to them. Therefore, if they want that bomb to explode, it must be doing good for someone. Your question just now is a pretty meaningless one. I can't believe this. Do people want that to happen? Hinamizawa syndrome is a very dangerous disease. You know it as well as I do. I do. It would be disaster if I had an outbreak. Tokyo wouldn't be able to cover it up either. Did that faction bribe you? Okay, so this is politics stuff, out of the league, apparently, so It was actually my mission from the very start. You already realized, you already fully realized this dream was a little kid then. Is one of those people named Hifumi T for a second. I'm so sorry. You belonged in different worlds in the moment we first met. What are you gonna do to me? It would be a great help if you came over to our side. Of course, that would mean that you had to betray your own people. You're expecting me to turn on them? Jiro-san, your feelings for me are real. Will you support me? You'll be compensated, of course. If you wish, I'll dedicate my whole life to you. I'll do whatever you want me to do, whenever and wherever you want. My body will belong to you. You can dominate me to satisfy your needs whenever you like. I'm willing to be all yours. Hey, don't you want to dye this body of mine in your scent? Her words were kind of assault, directly hammering the emotions men had difficulty resisting. That's amazing. You're playing all your cards. They're like an evil spirit to control his heart. Upon hearing them, Tomotaki felt an unknown sensation rush up his spine and his feet froze in place, in trance. However, he forced himself to resist the temptation. He sealed the cracks in his wall reason to stop Takano from forcibly entering his heart. The only question I have is, technically speaking, why did she take his bike back home in his car, honestly? It's really just is my memento from my last boyfriends and we're up to par apparently. That's the reason why. Souvenirs, honestly. I don't know. She personally wanted to take it back, honestly, and oh my god, if that's not the reason, then I don't understand why the mountain dogs didn't take it either. Then okay, I refuse. She had known from the start that Tomotaki was going to refuse her. Even so, Takano let a triumphant laugh. It's funny. She thought Tomotaki would refuse right away. It took him a while to refuse because of how effective she was at seducing him. The time it took him to refuse her was one of victory for Takano. For Tomotaki, it was a time of humiliation. Takano continued to laugh. She sounded rather like an evil witch. I thought you would say that. That's why I love you so much. You know so much. Oh hi. Who the hell? What the fuck? Who are you? Oh, we're getting new sprites for the person who's behind the scenes the entire time then. Oh, okay. Oh my good god. I like the hair, though. Takano raised up her right hand and gave a signal to the mountain dogs. The MDs. Okanogi-kun. Oh no. Okanogi-kun, you're betraying me too? I'm sorry, Lieutenant Tomotaki. Are you surprised? Mountain dogs work for me. I was gonna say this to you paid them more than he does. It was us who controlled this clinic all along. You and Dr. Erie are the only people who didn't know. Shit. Tomotaki moved into action, since the danger that was about to befall him. Turn around, jump straight through the window, make a run for it, go to someone's house, lock yourself in. His fist thrust out as quick as lightning, knocking one man down before he could even blink. Ooh. However, the other mountain dogs certainly weren't going to just stand there and watch. They could watch more before they get an order, please. They all attacked him as one. He tried to strike back with an elbow, but he simply couldn't overcome the difference in numbers. Tomotaki tried his best, but soon enough the mountain dogs had wrestled him to the ground. Oh, hi. Damn it! Let go! Let me go! Stop struggling already. Ugh. They pinned him down so they couldn't move an inch. Impressive, Jiro-san. You managed to fight off against one of armed men, okay. You fought pretty well, considering you were up against 6 people. Nakano walked over and smiled looking down at Tomotaki. Well, that explains why they can't really change that anyway, no matter what happens, honestly. So, And it always happens in the clinic, too, so that's why they just threw the body there and then. So, Yeah, that's why every single time, like, she goes missing as well. Don't know if they have anything to do with the last years, though, of the curse, honestly, or not. I did hear someone say that, like, the key for, I guess, like, most of the mysteries in the entire series are actually into this installment. That was, the same person talking to me about, what was it, the other thing about, I can't remember what they said now, but, like, they had some small issues, like, I guess clues and mystery-wise, honestly. I can definitely see that here, later on the Answers arc, honestly. Like, like, it was already hinted that Takano had some involvement with what happened in the 3rd installment, honestly, but, with this whole thing, with the whole, mysterious, group in the background, it makes sense. Hey, Jiro-san. I know you're gonna refuse, but let me ask you one more time. Will you change your mind and join my side? Join the evil side. Never! I've never been seducted to the other side. Not even to go over there for a second and betray them on the other end. Also just playing with some things, ADHD talking. I'll never join with you. Ugh! That's what I wanted to hear. So I could sever all my attachments. Nakano was holding a small case in her hands. Oh look, it's the opposite syringe. It's the reverse syringe. Yay. She opened it and showed Tomotaki what was inside. What's in that syringe? Oh, come now. I'm sure you know what it is. No. We destroyed all of them. Oh my god. It's literally just the drug in its pure unadulterated essence. Jiro-san. Let me guess what you're thinking. I think this is what you think it is. You should still have immunity because you took the vaccine, right? Isn't that what you're still thinking? That's why you're not scared, right? Well, let me tell you something nice. That vaccine you took before you came here was a fake. It'd probably be even worse, honestly. This is like a new strand of it. You may not noticed it, but you're already an L3 patient of Hinamizawa syndrome. Jiro-san, you have a tendency to look away when you get an injection. That's not very smart. You should always make sure what you're getting. Shit! Let me go! Tomataki struggled to get away, but he simply couldn't move. Upon seeing his sorry state, Takano laughed with glee. I'm sure you know very well about HI-73. Okay, we're going technical. You'll become infected instantly, and will virtually become an L5 patient. So then... Wait, then why... Wait. If it's a disease you get injected with, honestly, then... Like, well, no, like, it's contagious or something like that. Like, well, they're just, like... They brought up before of, like, delusion he passed around, where it's, like, for example, what happened with him, with Rain in the last installment. Of him, her just telling him, about her, conspiracy theories, or, like, what she ripped into Takano in that book. To Keiichi, and then... Huh. So they can be passed around like a mass hysteria, honestly, just from word to word. But for here, it's just also just from person to person, then like that as well. My big question is, honestly, then how did Satoko get it? And that's why why she's being treated for it now. That means every single route, technically so far, she's always been in this sort of state. Then, no matter what, then. And the Mountain Dogs have not didn't really kill Rika personally several times, and does that mean Satoko actually did kill Rika in this case because of her insanity? Then that's how literally it's been showcased that everyone has gone insane at some points or another. I mean, Takano, like, is the combination literally just a mass hysteria, or also just like some actual injection happening some way, or like some contamination? Then, I'm sure you know very well about H173. You'll become infected instantly, and will virtually become an L5 patient. You saw the experiment turned out, no? The subject was displaying extreme irritation in the neck and armpit areas. Based on our past studies, patients with L5 suffer from extraordinary irritation in their lymph nodes. Lymph nodes? It might be an antibody reaction. In other words, Jiro-san, if you're lucky, you might be able to die just as Rika-chan predicted. Are you gonna kill yourself, or become disabled for life? Which would you prefer? Which one, Jiro-san? The armpit? What? Oh my god. Stop! Stop! It's gonna be too difficult to give them an injection like this. Put him to sleep, please. Oh boy. I was actually thinking chloroform. When the men covered Tomataki's mouth with a towel soaked in some kind of chemical, he tried to fight it off with all his might, but his strength eventually left him. He became as quiet as a beached whale. The Kano struck his face to make sure that he couldn't resist. Then she brought the needle towards his throat. She pushed it right into his skin. As she squeezed down, this from his plunger, the skin surrounding the tip of the needle swelled up. Eventually the contents were absorbed into his body. My question was, honestly, like, is it possible to actually, for a coroner to actually see, like, a small injection, honestly? And, how many, like, injections, like, people get in the neck, honestly, that, they wouldn't think is that suspicious, honestly? Or maybe, like, they'll, like, just say, like, oh, if they touch in the ear clinic, then, they just say, that's the vaccine for something that, Jiro-san took or anything like that. But even then, like, nobody make much sense either, because they never, it doesn't seem like they know that, Tomataki was having any involvement with them, the clinic anyway, so, And eventually the contents were absorbed into his body. Goodbye, Jiro-san. When you wake up, you'll be in the middle of a wonderful nightmare. Mountain Dogs finally got off of him. They couldn't even twitch. Someone put in my trunk. Oh, 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 oh my good god! Hey, Keiichi! No, oh my god! Two of the men lifted up Tomataki and carried him outside. Oh, hold on. I'm sure he'd be happy if I lent him his bicycle. That way he can enjoy cycling in hell, too. No, okay, that makes a lot of sense then. Mountain dogs all quietly laughed at the joke. We are now going to commence Operation Doomsday. This is just conspiracy theory of the level, honestly. A combination of supernatural and coincidence all at once. It's all at once. It's the middle option. They stopped laughing as she began to speak. Okonogi, you wait for the contact from headquarters. Keep your eyes on Dr. Yuri. Also, keep tabs on Rika Furude, too. I don't know what kind of power she has, but she predicted how Tomataki was gonna die. I'm very curious about her, but too bad. Roger. I'll take care of things here. Please be careful on your way. There's not much to be careful of. By the way, where's Dr. Erie? I'm sure he's in the festival's after party. He's still at the shrine. I wish you could see the look of panic on the nerd's face. Nerd? Oh, that's where it came from. Oh, the suicide pills then. Okay, makes a lot of sense then. Mountain Dog started laughing again, too. Takano checked the time on her watch. It was nearly 10 p.m. Most people must have left the festival for home. Those people still there were probably enjoying the after-party while getting drunk inside the shrine. It was a good time for her to leave without being seen by anyone. I'm leaving now. I'm gonna go and die. They're saying, nah, she'll leave the clinic alone. So you're actually gonna, like, die, like, actually physically die, or, fake body stuff? She left through the back door. It probably makes sense that they'll have a dead body as well for, like, this kind of, this plan was actually already been put into plan for a while longer. So that's why they always died, technically speaking. The only reason why, things went differently besides the first installment is because, the first installment is actually where, almost their plan goes without any kind of hitch. And there's nothing to stop them. Or anyone who might be suspicious of anyone. That's why they gave the fake body then. Somehow to forgo that suspicion, honestly. And if there's a people, like, attached to headquarters, then no wonder then, they can handle the whole, like, fake corpses, honestly, then, too, honestly. So that time really was working, honestly, there. Okay, that's actually kind of cool. They foreshadowed the whole, dead body thing with the twins, honestly, in the 2nd and 5th chapter, with, the real one here. That's actually kind of cool. She left through the back door. She left amid the moonlight, the singing of insects, the sound of a river. It was a typical night in Hinamizawa. While enjoying all these sensations, Takano got inside her car. Tomataki was sleeping inside the trunk. His bicycle, on the other hand, was loaded into her back seat. Makes sense to why she was very impatient, honestly, in the 3rd installment then. How ironic. Your bicycle has a better seat than you. What? I'll let you out of there soon. I should leave him by the road that leads to Okonomiya. That'd be a good spot. Takano found a good place to drop him off, but she gave up on it, as there was a police cruiser parked in the area. She figured they were probably patrolling to make sure the 50 years curse didn't happen. Good job, officers. No one would ever suspect that there's a curse parked in my trunk right now. Takano drove on to less lit streets with rougher roads. Eventually, the mountain road ended, and she was surrounded by darkness. There were rice fields nearby. She could tell by the sound of the croaking frogs. Takano parked her car by the pitch-black roadside. She had to stop here, unless she'd be too close to a residential area. Indeed, she was nearly in Okonomiya. She would have dumped him earlier, but the police cruiser had foiled the plan. At the very least, even if Rika doesn't know about what's happening here anyway, just because the body's somewhere else, honestly, that means technically what she did had different effect on what was happening around. But the police cruiser had foiled the plan. Takano pulled Tomataki out of the trunk and let him by the road. She also let him his bicycle. Tomataki let out a small groan. It probably wouldn't be long until he woke up. Goodbye, Jiro-san. Your awkward sweet talk was very entertaining. I wish I could hear it again. You'll be waking up soon. By that time, you'll be in the final stage of L5. After a futile struggle, you'll meet with a miserable demise. I wonder if you really are going to claw out your throat and die. I wish I could be here to see it. Your mysterious death and my disappearance will complete the 5th year's curse of Oyashiro-sama. The story of the curse of Oyashiro-sama will firmly be established. You should feel honored, Jiro-san. You're going to be part of history. You might be losing your life here, but in a way, you're going to live for eternity. That was her last farewell to Tomotaki. Takano got back into the car and started driving. She could see the place she left Tomotaki in her rearview mirror was already shrouded in darkness. Oh boy. Rika was just in the trunk of the car the whole time. I'd seen everything that happened. Oh no. Takano drove through the main street of Okinomiya and made a few turns, heading for the dark mountain in the distance. It had been a while since she left Hinamizawa. It was almost midnight. She might have already made it to their neighboring prefecture. Will she actually die from her own hands, actually is her body, or someone else's, though? The autopsy is making it difficult to actually figure out one way or another, because either it actually is a fake body there, or literally just a mistake in how the body was, roasted. It's either one of those two. It was difficult to tell because she couldn't really see anything in the darkness. Takano stopped her car in the middle of all that. After turning out both the engine and the headlights, there really was nothing but darkness surrounding her. It was as if time itself had stopped. Whoa. Takano wasn't sure how long she waited. Eventually she saw the headlights of a car blinking twice. Okay, SOS. She blinked her own headlights back at it. Soon, she saw several people walking toward her. 2 men wearing blue overalls knocked the window to Takano's car. Well, look at that. Reina actually was being paranoid for the right people, and I was already thinking that anyway. Even if it was a weird cover on, like a weird cover system, they were still weird about it, honestly, in every single sense of the word, honestly. And they did basically almost hit Keiichi the first time, honestly, so there's that. Obligingly, she opened it. They looked over her face and the paperwork they had in their hands. So you want to go and die then, right? Hello. I'm Takano. After confirming her identification, they called someone over the radio. So I'm just wondering, if they always want one person dead and another person missing, then if they try to change her fate, technically speaking, quote unquote, honestly, I'm using that word only for this instance, nothing else. Why, like, who is going to be the next person to go technically missing then, if they want to keep that sort of yearly thing happening all at once? So, Hello. We got the lady. Anyone following? No one is after you. You're clear for 400 meters. Nobody's following us. Your work is much appreciated. Please come with us to the command vehicle. I'll take your paperwork. That paperwork is inside the trunk. Here's the key. I do need some coffee. Could you get me some? The first thing I see is the goddamn clock with what looks like cat ears, honestly. But that's a lot of things to take on at once. What the hell? The command vehicle was a trailer with a bunch of high-tech communication equipment inside. So literally is yeah, it's already been proven all that. Like, there was already hints of like a giant group, honestly, with the first installment, honestly. Everything. The command vehicle was a trailer with a bunch of high-tech communication equipment inside. The light of the electric equipment shone beautifully in the dark. Here's your coffee, Major. The man in blue overalls offered her a paper cup. Thank you. What's going on with my corpse? Oh yeah, it's definitely fake then. They finished setting it up in Gifu Prefecture. Gifu? Did they burn to death in the mountains of Gifu? I'm not sure about the cause of death. I'll confirm with someone. Operation Doomsday. That was the name of their mission. The goal of the operation's first stage was Takano's escape from Hinamizawa and the extraction of 18 specific classified documents. The goal was the... Oh, huh. So, what was it? Actually, like... Is this technically, like, they're using the curse as, like, you know, coincidental 4-year deaths, honestly? Like, to their advantage, or, like, they actually, like, kept, like, actually, made all of this happen just because they want to do this plan, honestly. Huh. And they want to get 18 documents, then. So then what was the mystery, then, of the guy who went missing in the very first murder? So, like, there's already small foreshadowing elements for every single murder in the case that happened so far, then, in some way. Huh. Does that mean Satoshi's around here or anything like that? Huh. The goal has been completed. It's pink blood now. Assassinating the license from Tokyo, Tomataki was also one of the goals. That one had also been completed in the way Takano planned. He was not killed that way just because Takano wanted to see it. It was intentionally planned that way. The opposite of Tokyo would be suspicious of the Erie Institute. They're trying to create the story that the institution was upset with the recent budget cuts, the cancellation of their study. So they're basically trying to mirror anything. They're literally just mirroring the damn product then. So, it's literally just they just took the first year. The first year's incident, like was seen to be planned entirely from maybe the damning product's whole thing, and then they took it from here. Don't know if they actually had some hand in that, or they just took whoever the... Okay, well, hold on. I'm kind of believe those 5 people, well, one of them, like, just went, now I'm just wondering if maybe they were injected with that stuff or not. They went crazy with it, and there are the different stresses from everything that's happening so far around, honestly. There could be that. They're trying to create the story that the Institute was upset with the recent budget cuts and the cancellation of their study. Tomataki's mysterious death would be a suitable way to persuade people. Tomataki was not the only one who was expected to die. Takano was expected to do so as well, air quotes. However, Takano didn't really need to die herself. They had acquired a substitute body for her, so she didn't have to actually die. Takano had no idea how they got the body. According to what she heard, a team in Gifu took care of everything. Once Tomataki and Takano were dead, Tokyo would definitely grow suspicious of the Erie Institute. The main purpose of the mission was to make the Institute look reckless. So literally just do their thing power to make them look, it's literally just to make them look bad, honestly. Like, almost, what almost Keiichi did if they didn't agree with the whole thing of him, it's literally just for shows of power, honestly. I'm sorry, Major. Is there a problem in Gifu? A problem? A problem? What sort of problem? They made a mistake with the corpse. The body's already been dead for 24 hours. Oh, okay then. I see. I wonder how things would play out. In other words, you're saying I was already dead as of yesterday. Takano's body was supposed to be selected from the corpses of people who had died the same day. The plan was then to burn the body and make the identification of the corpse more difficult. They found a suitable body for the plan, but they just found out that it had been dead for over a day. That would create a hole in their plans. Well, for the sound of it, like, did you, like, make modifications to the, like, I guess the teeth, honestly, for dental work? Or just, like, you actually, honestly, went to the doctor's office where they had them, like, Takano's actually, medical records, honestly, and changed that up to match with their mouth. It has to be either one of those, honestly. Either, like, just, like, in some capacity, like, just modify those records, or literally modify the corpse. That's literally just what it is. They're gonna collect another body to use instead. No, that's fine. You can still use that body as me. Huh? But that would mean... The messenger of Oyashiro-sama was long dead, but came to the festival regardless. That's a good one. That's a very, very good one. Takano laughed with satisfaction for a while. The people in the vehicle couldn't understand why Takano was laughing so much. It's fun. Make everyone go crazy. Look at that. It's making everyone in the town go crazy. It works. Takano continued to laugh as if it was the funniest thing she'd ever heard. Go ahead. Call a team in Gifu and tell them to stop looking for another body. I think this will make for an interesting twist. Are you sure? Shouldn't you be more cautious? Don't worry. Everyone saw Miyu Takano walking around the Watanagashi festival. Even the forensics lab does find out that the body's been dead for more than a day. They'll just think that the test results were wrong. Takano almost seemed to be enjoying the risk. Roger. I'll notify them. By the way, was my body burned inside of an oil drum? Yes. It seems someone already discovered it on the mountain near the freeway. Takano seemed surprised to hear that from him. So already found it? They started laughing strangely again. Nobody could figure out why she was laughing like that. I see. The reincarnation of Yoshiro-sama really is gifted. I have to admit, she's a new supernatural power that defies explanation. Tell the dogs in Hinamizawa to tighten up security in R. Roger. So, well, were they the people who actually killed Rika, or was it someone else's hands then? That's the only question, honestly. They're just, like, surrounding her at all times, though, and from the sound of them, Rika, from the looks of it, like, until she went to the whole fight thing, honestly, didn't even realize anyone was watching around her, honestly, so, So that good, so, no one can tell they're around anyway. I guess it makes sense, honestly, that, why there was, like, some people I talked to before, honestly, mentioned, the mystery aspect is a bit all that, like, it's a bit weird, honestly, since we get most of them, I guess, the clues to figure things out from here, and from, like, the looks of it, honestly, there's not even a lot of clues to showcase there was, like, someone, I guess, there's, like, a hidden group that we only find out that even exists from, Takano speaking, and honestly, all that, and before all this, every other story, someone was, like, trying to make him, either trying to gaslight the main characters to think there actually wasn't a thing, or to make you think them, they were just themselves crazy, honestly, but it was all that. The only hint there was anything bigger than happening was, those couple men just, like, standing around, just hiding outside his own house, actually. Oh. Are they just saying that literally, they just let Keiichi run in the first installment, like, he caught his own throat, or do they tackle him, and then, then injected him and just left him nearby a phone booth or like somewhere out in the world, and if they left him on a single path with a phone booth nearby, that means like Keiichi like called and did the same thing happened to Tomataki, honestly. Or like he was left to the same area where Tomataki was found, honestly, but Keiichi decided to call Oishi, honestly, from all the paranoia. And it was like from the sound of it, Keiichi just trusted Oishi from that point. That makes a lot more sense, honestly, but I'm trying to think if there's anything that showcases actually anything, a larger, like, you know, secret conspiracy behind everything the first 4 installments. Like, it's a good story, but, like, it's, like I mentioned before, honestly, it's probably way better if this whole entire series, like, mentioned off to be, like, more of a thriller, honestly. I feel like it makes way more sense, honestly. Just a small mystery elements here and there, but it's weird calling it one half of the series question arcs and the rest answer arcs when you don't have all those small bits in there and all that. Major, the Okinawa Police Department has discovered the body of Tomataki. They have, huh? They're on the ball today. The show is about to begin. At the very least, just the fact that you moved the body somewhere else because the police cruiser was there, honestly, was showcased that Rika has done something different this time, honestly. So Oji-san, Badiri's arrived. Oh, thank you for coming. So what do you think, Tadiri? Oishi entered the area enclosed by a blue tarp. Well, I guess it makes sense why Oishi should also be suspicious of Rika, but since she's like trying to hide her involvement with, I guess, maybe the clinic, and honestly, in that case, because she doesn't think there's anything to do with anything, at least from what she's seen, honestly, then I guess it kind of makes sense. I mean, she technically trusts the mountain dogs too in some cases, the bodyguards and anybody that Takano has all together, so Oishi entered the area enclosed by a blue tarp. And there, people with forensics were taking pictures of the dead body from various angles. Eerie squatting down next to the dead body of Jiro Tomataki. When he stood up, he was white as a sheet. I can't believe it. Yep, I can't believe it either. As far as I can see, he clawed at his own throat. His own bare hands. This isn't a normal way to die. Most likely some kind of dangerous drug must have caused it. Are you saying he was a drug addict? I don't know. Was he? It's gonna be my job to find that out. Oichi-san, what's 2x4 doing here? Oh, is this the reason why they have some weird thing? Like, they weren't actually that, like, I guess hostile when they first talked with the whole when they first talked in the kidnapping case in the fourth installment. He was just being weird here, honestly, because of talking about a lot of secret research. Honestly, okay, that makes a lot of sense. What's this 2x4 doing here? I think he's swinging it around. And then he threw it away, and he had more fun clawing at his throat, I guess. Yay, fun times. Why was he swinging that 2x4 around? He probably did it in self-defense. Did you notice there were several external injuries in his body? Yes, I can see some bruises. The easiest explanation I can think of is, he was attacked by someone on his way home to Okamiya after the festival. He seized by the culprit, given a shot of some kind of dangerous drug, went crazy and died. Never heard of any drug that make people claw out their own throats. I'm not an expert on it either, but they say self-harm is one of the terminal sentences for drug addicts, right? Well, I'm sure the old man forensics will take care of the investigation. Excuse me, Oichi-san. We found a bicycle blade that belonged to Jiro Tomitaki a mile away from here. Is this actually the same exact scene? Well, with his sprites, honestly, from the first installment. I feel like there was a scene involving that in the first installment, honestly, discovering the body there. Whether it's a tip or not. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before. Oh, is that so? Thank you. Did you find anything on it? Not yet. We're investigating it right now. So that means the place the bicycle was found is most likely the place he was attacked. Anyway, from the culprit and came here. That's actually, like, kind of cool, though. It makes sense deductively wise, but, huh. Did they find footsteps around? Well, it's not raining tonight, so that makes it even harder, actually. Huh. Oh. Oh, holy shit. That's why they died the third installment and the subsequent, like, fourth installment, then. It was raining that night, so they didn't see footsteps around. And that's why either Oishi or Kumagai got suspicious. And that's why they went to travel somewhere, and they were attacked and killed, and went missing. That's so cool, actually. Oishi frowned, crossing his arms in front of his chest. Eri was looking at the miserable corpse of Tomitaki, and he kept saying the same thing. It's impossible. Just impossible. Eri knew right away that Tomitaki's death was caused by terminal symptoms of Hinamizawa syndrome. This is classified, then. He wouldn't say anything to the police, though. And, I wonder if this involvement also, I wonder what circumstances actually led down to him, we don't know if, like, Eri died, technically speaking, every single route, because the first two ones, of course, we didn't even know about him existing. Third one, basically, he was just introduced, and we just showcased him, his death afterwards. At least what Keiichi knew about it. And the fourth one is really just the third one with a slightly different, a different ending to it. Then fifth one is really just another version of the second installment. We didn't hear anything about Eri that time because he's not involved in it in any way, shape, or form, honestly, besides he's passed right there. Like, she had to stop talking to Eri, like, after all the time, so she had no reason to actually, hear about anything about his involvement, honestly. So, I mean, of course, same thing with Reina, honestly, same way, so, makes a lot of sense, actually, now. Eri knew right away that Tomitaki's death was caused by the terminal symptoms of Hinamizawa syndrome. He understood the 2x4 as a real person, but probably saw some kind of hallucination due to the L5 symptoms. Violent reactions to hallucinations is one of the clearest characteristics of the terminal stage. However, Tomitaki supposedly took a vaccine before he came to the village. There's no way he could reach L5 symptoms in such a short period of time, so he was suspicious of them no matter what, then. You didn't want to believe it, but it was obvious someone intentionally injected him with the pathogen. The pathogen must have been strong enough to give him L5 symptoms immediately. The only drug that can do that is H-173, a chemical weapon that induces an acute onset of symptoms. And that's why I guess he was more paranoid in the third installment as well, since he realized that at the same time and thought anyone who's close by in any case would be like... That's why Keiichi had those, was being hospitalized by that too, honestly. Even though he's in the truth, honestly, of the whole body thing, just normal paranoia and absolutely just all of that. It's still symptoms, honestly, and misconstrue what actually happened then. The only question, honestly, is I'm just trying to figure exactly disease can be transmitted, like, orally, like how they mentioned before in the tip section, like, psychologically, or just chemically speaking, honestly. Because, like, it's not, like, L5 stages of all that from, everyone going mad then unless someone got injected by it, but, so literally just, the Hinamizawa syndrome is literally just a drug that just causes mass like, just mass hysteria, honestly. It's literally just the entire crux of it, basically. Makes people hallucinate, which inevitably leads to a horrible death. It's the absolute worst kind of demon. However, they destroyed it all due to its dangerous nature. It was all destroyed? Okay, so I'm assuming you also destroyed the record of how technically it's made then? Because from the sound of it, you make it sound like it's incredibly hard to create then. Or hard to isolate then, so huh. How are you so sure that it's all destroyed and there's no way that anyone can make it then? Huh. All those left were helpful chemicals, such as vaccines and treatment drugs. Tomitaki was their liaison from Tokyo. Whoever killed him must have had full knowledge about him needing this drug. How did the person know he was their liaison? There's an eerie thought of Takano. Takano's also a watchdog from Tokyo. She's someone like a superintendent. It was quite possible that something bad had happened to her too. What about Takano-san? It actually covers this one up because since Tomitaki and like Takano are like were technically in a relationship then, everyone just think that's why she went missing as well. She was at the wrong place at the wrong time instead of that whole thing. I think it was only the third installment that we were all given the idea that maybe we should actually focus on maybe she like killed him or not. But the reason why was elucidated was not I guess hinted at too much, honestly. What happened to Takano-san? What? Oh, you're talking about your nurse. I think she was with him. Is she okay? Do you know her phone number? Of course. Guma-chan? Get her phone number from Dr. Erie and have someone at the station call her home. Understood. Doctor, can I have the number? Yes, here it is. Oh, like, didn't they mention that, her body was already found, and then they found, Mataki, so they already know that she's dead, or, that comes later, when they actually report it in. Well, they don't know Takano, quote-unquote, just yet, so. They just know they found a body. Unidentified body. Kumagai got the phone number, repeated to make sure he got it right, and dashed out of the blue tent. Doctor? Takano-san and Tomitaki-san were close friends, weren't they? Yes. You heard about any troubles between them? No. Not even once. They were very close friends. Tomitaki and Takano weren't just in a close relationship. They were co-workers sent from Tokyo. They had access to information that even Erie didn't. There's no way there was no trouble between them. Well, I hope she's alright. In the worst case scenario, she could be dead, or she could even be the perp. I see. Nurses do have access to dangerous drugs, don't they? We don't have any drugs like that in my clinic. If we did, we'd store them with extra care. There's no way Takano-san could smoke a drug from my clinic. But it's easier for nurses to do it than for regular people, right? Like I said, I never heard of a drug like that. I don't have anything like that in my clinic. Erie made clumsy excuses while he tried to piece together what was going on. However, Erie had no means of knowing the state of affairs in Tokyo, and he couldn't reach any further conclusions. Just used to laugh at him, as though he's a frog trapped in our well. Okay, hi, analogy again. Oji-san, she isn't home. The standby unit said they're going to go to her house to check. Doctor, can you give me her address? Guma-chan? You also check out the police headquarters of finding unidentified female bodies tonight? Maybe we should check back with the other prefectures, too. Get the section manager to call the nearby prefectural headquarters and ask if they have any identified female bodies. And that's where this comes to play, then. Yes, sir. The Okinawa Police Department has contacted the Gifu Prefectural Police Department. Are you sure about this, Major? About to hear, then? Okay. Sure. I don't mind. Just leave it there. Doomsday has already arrived anyway. Everything will be destroyed before they can find out the time of death doesn't match. So, yeah, okay, the gas disaster thing. In the concrete over the swamp anyway. No matter what, then. Ah. So I hope you had a good sleep, Rika. Because there's a lot to do and a lot to see and a lot to figure out on your end. Have fun. The day after Nagashi, Oichi showed up at our school. It isn't uncommon for Oichi to show up here today. Interestingly, he always asks to see the most key person in that world. He asked for Keiichi in the world where he gets sick. He asked for Reina in the world where she gets sick. In this world, he asked for me. Oh, hi, Rika. Did Tomotaki really die? Yeah. The way he went was pretty strange, too. Like he was on drugs and hallucinating. He caught his own throat until he died. Same way that Satoko was the most key for the third world, honestly, because they can't talk to the uncle, then she's the next best pick, honestly. Well, at least to that murder, anyway. With Rina being dead. Rina Mamma Mia. I couldn't prevent it. There's nothing I can do now. I knew this was gonna happen. I'm sure Takano's dead too. As long as Oichi mentions to Rika where Tomotaki's body was found, actually, she'll just give up, honestly. So say your words carefully, you. And Takano? I have bad news about her too. She's found burned to death in the mountains over in Gifu Prefecture. Based on the condition of the body, she was choked to death before her body was burned. It's a tragic story no matter how you look at it. I know what you're thinking. You think I know something about what happened to them. Heavens, no. I only have one question. Who would talk about such a disturbing plan at a festival where anyone could hear? You think I'm involved in this murder? Well, I want to suspect you, but I don't. If you were responsible in some way, you wouldn't have given me the hints you did. Yeah. At the very least, I'm sure you're not involved with the people who killed them. Not in the way you think! Well, I'm glad you're not suspicious of me. Well, it's a double ploy, honestly. Only she threw a 10-yen coin to the offering box and shook the bell in prayer. Please let us solve the mystery of Hinamizawa this year. Are you trying to get me involved in your investigation? I'm just talking to Oyashiro-sama. Oishi is well aware that people call me the reincarnation of Oyashiro-sama. I'd be more surprised if he never did, realize that at this point. After 5 whole years, I would be so surprised. And he'd be very incompetent at his job then. That must have been his attempt at a joke. I'd like to see the curse disappear forever, too. Oh, that means we both want the same thing. Yay, jointed goals. I made a prediction about where you might find Tomotaki's body. Didn't you have a police cruiser nearby? Yeah, I listened to your prediction, and our cruiser patrolled the area. The place where the concrete and the gravel roads meet. It's on the very border of the village. It gets very dark there at night. It always seems like if something bad would happen, it could happen there. So, where'd you find Tomotaki's body? We found him dead by the rice fields near Okonomiya. That's not where his body's to be found. Differences! Take it! If he was fate to hallucinate and die, then he would die in exactly the same spot, whether the cruiser was there or not. Just because the cruiser was placed there, Tomotaki's body was found in a totally different spot. In other words, the existence of the police cruiser disrupted that fate. And the police cruiser didn't notice anything weird happen at that time, so Anyway, there's something else I found very interesting. I told the officer in the police cruiser to check every vehicle that passed by. Ah. It turns out one of the cars that head toward Okonomiya after the festival was over by Takano's. Takano lives in Okonomiya. They were also always just checking to make sure, checking a police car license plate, honestly, too. That was a tip for the third installment then too, wasn't it? Takano lives in Okonomiya. It'd be strange for her to head back home after the festival. However, she was the only one inside the car. Tomotaki wasn't with her. You didn't see him spot a suspiciously weird large bike in the back? Tomotaki always comes to Hinamizawa on his bike. Then she could have loaded his bike in the trunk and gave him a ride. But he was not with her. However, his body was found among the rice fields in Okonomiya, past where the police cruiser was patrolling in Hinamizawa. What are you saying? There's no way he could have biked through the dark woods to avoid the police cruiser. Someone took the robe without being noticed by us. Brody-san, can you tell me about what you know about the relationship between Tomataki and Takano? They're dating. That's all I know. I find it hard to believe that Takano would drive back home alone in the dark without her boyfriend. We had Tomataki in the trunk, and she was planning to dump his body in the woods. Because the cruiser was in the area, she had no choice but to pass by. And dump on the side of the road. I'm also getting a weird sense of deja vu in some sense like this. I am getting a weird sense of deja vu. Not entirely, but it's there. I can't remember if there was a similar talk, honestly. I know he talked in front of the shrine. Not from Keiichi's perspective in the second installment, because that was night, when they're looking for Rika, and they're looking for Rika, and they're looking for Rika, and the whole scene with Shion shaking the ladder thing happened. What installment was there that Oichi talked to someone in front of the shrine in the middle of the day? I can't remember. Both Tomataki and Takano were sent here from Tokyo. I had no idea what their real identities are. I can't say Takano had no reason to kill Tomataki. However, I never considered the possibility before my life. Takano killing Tomataki? But why? Like, honestly, if it was really just only the relationship, there would be that whole thing, but like, because of the different, like, the whole clues, honestly, of him, the injection of him clawing his own throat, apparently, like the medication, which we never even like realized was even a thing about that until this installment, and then her past along with him, that she was a watchdog sent from Tokyo along with him. They both came from the same location. If it wasn't for those two key details, there wouldn't be any reason to think badly of her in the situation, honestly. There was that small bit of, like, suspicion of the whole thing in the third installment, though, and clock immediately that she had something to do with it, but motivation was completely just weirded out for some reason. The only thing you can think of a motive back then was just because she just had the same motive, like, technically, that quote-unquote perpetrator from Satoshi's, like, aunt's murder happened. He just wanted to continue the Oishiro-sama's curse again. That's the only motivation you can give to her, like in the question arcs, honestly. That's literally the only thing you can give a motive for her there, and nothing else. I can't think of any reason. Nothing comes to mind. It's hard to imagine Takano was cornered to the point she had to kill him. In fact, it was more plausible to think she was enraged when the lovesick Tomataki acted cold towards her and she strangled his neck. Don't know if I'm, and besides that, we don't really see her, like, go crazy in that sense, or, like, she's, like, unstable in a sense like that. Because, everything we've seen, like, for installment, she just, like, loves just, like, the morbid and the, I guess, macabre, honestly, nothing towards that. That's the only thing you can add to her motive. We even see anything of her, like, going insane in any case like that to, even think of him, There's a whole, like, cosmic thing in real life where the most obvious suspect is the one who's, like, closest to them. But, like, from what we've seen, like, even, like, outside of just a single perspective with police, honestly, from everything we've seen of them, they didn't seem like they had any problems in that. And literally, again, like, showcasing this motivation-wise, the only reason that, she had him killed is because of relationship was just because of, their other kind of relationship, honestly, as co-workers. That was the reason why she had him killed. That was the only reason. Not because they loved each other, it's because of their professional relationship, basically. And we found out in this installment. Like, it's a good story. It's a really good story, but just relabel some things around. That's my only nitpick, but besides that, it's fine. I really thought they suited each other. We're gossiping now about them. I don't mean to insult Tomataki-kun, but I thought Takano-san was way too smart for him. We already got those same vibes, honestly. Like, he just seemed like he was bumbling around a bit. Like, even, like, without, like, Keiichi already, like, put around the whole aloof thing, honestly. And, yeah, like, every time, like, we saw him around the spiritual storehouse, honestly, he just was completely out of his element, basically. That's why I always stayed outside to watch things over. Just did everything's power to get that close to him, her own interests, which is a bit... Just gossip with the dead. Have you heard of any rumors that she was trying to use him for anything? None. I can ask around. I'll let you know if I find out something. She would, like, always she would talk to the most key person in the world, and then Eerie as well, probably a bit more later on, especially I guess the weird excuse he give. God, now I can't remember exactly what made me feel a sense of now I'm just wondering if that scene actually told down if that's why I thought like Oishi and Eerie hated each other, or I just noticed that Eerie was just being weird and that's why I just construed it in the back of my head now. Was it around then I started thinking Eerie hated Oishi and that's why I led to that, this whole rivalry between them, or was some other scene? God, I can't remember exactly when I started thinking that and started bringing it up more and more and more. None, but I can ask around. I'll let you know if I find out something. Thank you very much. I'm just glad that the reincarnation of Yoshiro-sama is on my side. God. But even the reincarnation of Yoshiro-sama couldn't solve this mystery for over 100 years. It's because the person who that's his whole entire plan is working on this way before you're born, essentially. So there's probably that too, honestly. Before you probably even can recognize oh shit, I'm going through loops. I remember everything now. Yeah. I mean, there's always a time buffer, even when we show in the very beginning of this installment, that it takes a couple years before you realize, oh shit, I remember everything in past loops. Because, well, you know, human brains and bodies developing, honestly, so the mind then. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. So probably by that time, the plan was probably already set in stone, probably. I wonder if they, I wonder how long ago the plan was actually made in secret then. Whether it was made, around the 5-year span of, the curse, or it was already made way before that. If don't know how long the product for the disease was being made, honestly. I don't think we got a rough estimate on that yet, so I guess we'll just assume, unless there's more information given the disease, even much more of the origins of it, anything like that. Let's just assume the plan was made in between the 5-year span, honestly, the curse. And that's also probably why Hanya also thinks from what she's seen she technically knows it's not gonna be pointless. It's gonna be pointless, honestly, for fate changing, because a bunch of people that only Takano can contact, secret people, honestly, too, that Rika has no chance of getting to and change their ways because she's a kid. Yeah, honestly, I can definitely see why if Hanya knew from the very beginning, then that's why she has that philosophy too, and keeps telling Rika that, honestly. And plus the whole way of she also didn't want to mention what really happened of the culprit to Rika, just because it would just drive her to become even more depressed, and then, you know, give up then as well, again. So this all goes back to that's why Hind and Nate mentioned that too. That's actually really nicely layered, I'll give it that. That's really cool. That's honestly really great. I love that so much. It's a great story. But even the reincarnation of Yoshiro-sama couldn't solve this mystery for over 100 years. But you said Takano was killed too. How can she be the culprit? Well, it's because you leaked me the information, I mean the prophecy. The prophecy. Without that, I'm sure I would have just believed that both Takano and Tomitaki were the victims of the 5th year's curse of Yoshiro-sama. I feel like it's different this time. Oh, this is the first time, Rika, you ever actually decided to do this stupid lie? My god, Rika, if only you did the whole, lie manipulate thing, we could have stalled this out way much more sooner. Because you're trying to be nice and polite, it took you this long, you almost gave up over it. This is why it matters to lie to people sometimes. Oh my. Maybe as though this is someone trying to make the curse of Yoshiro-sama happen. So you really think that Takano-san is the culprit? Basically, this is what Oishi's trying to say. They're not both victims. The culprit's also pretending to be a victim. This is really hard for me to believe. I can't think of any reason why Takano would do something like this. Oishi only feels this way he does because he doesn't know her as well as I do. Another thing, how can he explain that Takano's body is found? Didn't the police in Gifu Prefecture identify the body? For a charred corpse, the easiest way to identify them is by their dental records. Although according to the old man in forensics, they're still not 100% sure. Huh. Besides, there's a contradiction with estimated time of death. It just doesn't make sense. What do you mean? Well, The test results show that she was dead the night before the festival. Apparently it's been to the contents of her stomach and such. By the time of testing, they had already information about Takano. They knew that she was at the festival at night and realized that the test results didn't match up. So not just because of even the body thing, they also like to see what kind of foods they made at the festival itself and compared it. And if everyone was keeping an eye on them at the same time, even with Keiichi and co, honestly, and they knew what she like ate and all that, including like asked some like festival goers, honestly, asking the same thing, and they compared that. No wonder, actually, it wasn't a mistake. It wasn't an autopsy mistake then. These things do happen every once in a while. However, Takano really is the culprit. This body might belong to someone else. Is it possible to do something like that? When a body's burnt, dental records are the only way to identify it. This might sound too much like a mystery novel, but what if, for example, someone faked Miyu Takano's dental records? It technically is, in some way, a mystery novel. Some clues are mishappenly shaping around. I love to see I guess, a better way of how to label it on, because I don't... It also feels a bit mean to keep saying unfair mystery in some cases. It feels labeled around different ways, honestly, yeah. It's a good thriller, though. I'll say that again. I'll keep saying that repeatedly, without forgetting the last time I said it, and just be annoying accidentally the entire time the rest of the series, then. This might sound too much like a mystery novel, but what if, for example, someone faked Miyu Takano's dental records? If they're skillfully forged, that we could have the wrong ID. Anyway, the Gifu Police Department has made up their mind that the body belongs to Takano. Within police departments, we sometimes have issues with false test results. That's how most false charges are made. It feels to me like this is one of those times. So you think Takano's alive? Since last night, both Miyu Takano and Akara have gone missing. The body found in Gifu isn't Takano, and this is going to be very interesting indeed. I trusted you, Takano, how could you? Must be like new information for Rika, though, after all this, honestly. Eri had already heard about the deaths of Tomotaki and Takano. Oh, and now just going for his point of view for all this. Ooh, boy, we're gonna see how, I guess, he was targeted down, forced to be fed, I guess, painkillers, or, die another way, honestly. Oh, boy. It seems like both the clinic and the office in Tokyo have flown into a panic over it. I'm just wondering now. Wait, I don't think I ever realized that. Can the police actually detect if, like, chloroform was found in someone's system, honestly? Like, they injected stuff into someone's body, then, like, of course, yeah, for, like, to knock someone out. But chloroform? It just only goes fumes into the brain. Would there be traces for that? I don't think I ever realized that. I think it's the one thing I always just assumed. That does that even leave a trace? Actually. That's interesting to think about now. I want to find out the answer to the question later on. Oh, boy. It seemed like both the clinic and the office in Tokyo had flown into a panic over it. It's funny how they make such a big fuss about their own people when they don't care about what's happened to the people's lives that would get in the way of their research. Oh, hi again. Takano's subordinate, Okanogi, was in the room. Okanogi is the leader of the Mountain Dogs. I came here to make sure he's still willing to protect me. Based on past experience, I tend to lose interest in protecting me after Takano dies. Oh, we're still Rika? Oh, okay. Okanogi, Takano's dead, but am I still safe? Don't worry, Rika-san. We'll still keep up tight security around you. You don't have to call the police. I guess this is part of that tight security? But since Oichi told you about maybe Takano is involved here, I'll be suspicious of them too. They must have been listening to my conversation with Oichi. Oichi told me something. Is it true that Takano isn't really dead? That can't be true. The Gifu Police Department made an official announcement. That Oishi's retiring this year, isn't he? Sometimes he makes up stories because he's after the curse of Oishiro-sama. You should pay attention to anything he says. Well, he's not wrong. This year is Oishi's last chance. And he's so desperate he's developed a bad habit of listening to every rumor he hears. What's your opinion about this, Okanogi? Right now, they're still investigating, so I can't say anything. Knowing the relationship between those two, I think it's clear this is done by someone within the organization. I glanced over at Eri to listen to Okanogi speak. You seen that whoever he was talking to over the phone was accusing him of killing Eerie. Eerie's frantically trying to prove his innocence. Soon enough, he hung up the phone. Oh. And they were also, because of the stress also here, they also, like, put out the whole thing with him committing suicide underneath that if they didn't murder him. Oh, boy. Eerie looked upset that he was under suspicion. They're working so hard for the organization. Oh, Rika-chan. I didn't realize you were in here for so long. Sorry for making you wait. Seems like you're in big trouble. Just as you heard. Sounds like there's some big conspiracy behind their deaths. Even Tokyo thinking of one point in the strings. Good grief. I have a lot of questions on how they figured that. Oh shit! Is it because the thing I had this weird feeling about Eerie is because he was hiding the entire time? My good god, that explains everything now, honestly. That explains all my weird feelings, honestly, towards him this entire time. My good god, that explains so much. Logically wise and intuitionally wise. Look at that. It all comes together. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my good god. I think it's because the weird feeling I had with Oishi and Eerie, the weird thing there, I had this weird feeling about him. Okay. Oh good god. Oh good god. Good grief, I have a lot of questions asked as to how they figured that. I rarely ever saw Eerie get so emotional. Must be feeling as though all this effort is being repaid with injustice. However, it's the fact that Eerie is trying to fight against the budget cuts and downsizing of his research team. Tokyo is thinking that could be his motive for killing them. In any case, everyone in the organization is suspicious. I understand how scared you must feel. People with Takano-san and Tomotaki-san could be after you too. But people in Tokyo are also concerned about that. The only thing is, what would be the motive for killing Rika every single time, though? Is it just because of those weird feelings of Rika, like messed around a bit with the whole like going around with the psychic actually thing? Is that the reason why she keeps dying? But like, what was the reason why she was killed the first time? And she never had any attachment at all. Is just because wait, was Satoko ever killed? Or was Rika killed and they had Satoko take the fall for them? Oh my good god. We got the order to tighten up your security. Don't worry. I'm very relieved to hear that. This is the first time the Mountain Dog's ever tightened up my security. We usually become so busy keeping tabs on Eerie after Tomotaki and Takano's deaths they end up ignoring me. And since you're always insisting that they're always insisting that Rika never says anything about the Mountain Dogs anyway to any police, then it'll always be a secret then. Even though they're dead, I'm still in a pretty favorable situation. So, do you have an idea who killed them? People in Tokyo are investigating that right now. Based on the situation, it's clear that this was done by someone within the organization, or that anyone, at the very least, the motivation is still there, honestly. Since his backstory and working in the clinic, honestly, gives that sort of thing. That's the reason why no one could figure anything out about Takano Tomotaki, honestly. Yeah. Different name. Going on a fake name when going to this thing because the secret, research onto a drug and disease, honestly. Which, don't know exactly how, again, don't know how Satoko actually even got the disease anyway. And, didn't they mention, the Satoko got a disease from birth or anything like that? People in Tokyo are investigating that now. Based on the situation, it's clear that this is done by someone within the organization. I guess I'm the prime suspect. You're the one who killed Tomotaki like that. Yeah, but the police think there was a compilation of him from other people, honestly. Which honestly made the whole parallel with the very first the damn product death actually, so hit harder, honestly. And, I'll say this right now, I'm still a bit, even though I understand what they're trying to do with the whole, trying to give hints of the L5 disease, honestly, and him going completely insane, there's some part of me that kind of just wishes that there was some tiny bit of animosity with him, some of, Katie's friends, honestly, to him because of all this, what he's always doing. What was it? The whole scene of Reina, trying to bust into, Katie's house, honestly, something we can see as her like screaming for like get in, and then afterwards seeing that she's like trying to like she's mouthing just like under her breath like to the house and she's sorry. That was the striking scene. Even though I knew like back then like Reina seemed like she was dangerous, like there was still that tiny bit of doubt that she wanted things to go back to normal, but because of everything that's happening here, that would have been so good of a that been so good of a story beat. But then from what happened last installment, we're supposed to take it all as is that it was mostly just friendly attempts to get him back in the side though, honestly. Ah ah. I'm rewriting the canon in my head now. Okay. Uh, that the last installment has lesson points for me, honestly. I still like the first three like things from how absolutely crazy become, but last installment has some small points of getting rid of that. I absolutely enjoyed and absolutely loved the first installment so much, but that mitigated so much. Just put that thought out there, honestly. That's not true. The people in Tokyo are discussing the possible use of H173. Drug was destroyed when the research was canceled. And then there's that whole thing within their cover up over again. That's why there's so much more misunderstandings, everything everywhere. It makes a lot of sense that even when Rika's told this anyway, of like she's being involved in the research honestly of it all over again, and Erie's been told tells her that it's been destroyed, she would believe that, and even he would too because it's not even a whole thing of like he sincerely believes it's actually gone and actually over with though. So it's impossible. However, they have no choice to suspect you in this case. Mr. Tomataki even took a vaccine before he came here. But he still got infected. Must lead to that other weird thing, honestly, as well, if you learn more about his background, too. It must just be extremely unlikely coincidence. Anyway, it's just impossible. Yuri's usually a very calm person. Once people in Tokyo start suspecting him, he often loses his mind. Oh. Do you think Takano might be the culprit? She's someone within the organization. Takano-san? No way. As he spoke, Yuri started to realize that everything could be explained if Takano was the culprit. But I don't know how to persuade him that it's the truth. More than anything, people want to hear a motive. Yeah, there's that, honestly. It makes sense for why it makes sense for why like it makes sense why the police would immediately suspect Takano then a bit too. But with them in the first there's always the whole thing of everyone suspects whoever's closest to them in some case. Like a lover, a family member, or a friend. But if they're that close and no one has heard anything of them having a fight or anything like that in any semblance of the word, then it just feels completely wrong to think it was them. And I guess in this case it still works there too with relationship because again they weren't killed for a relationship, it was killed for a professional relationship. Nothing to do with their romantic relationship. So it makes sense why no one believed that. Even then. So never thought it was Takano because the relationship doesn't make sense either, even though she's the most prime suspect for that case anyway. And afterwards she dies anyway though, so and the best next thing would just be Eri himself then, because close by to Takano, and for people who are in the know-how both Tomataki and Takano's thing, they would also suspect the next suspect would be him then. Not who did something, but why. It's not a who done it, but a why done it is way better in murder mysteries. Yeah, drama also, everyone likes hearing those courtroom dramas and cases like that, which I won't knock. Phoenix Wright was one of the first mystery games, technically speaking, I got into, so there's that. People like their drama. None that probably isn't as important as it sounds. After all, you never know the motive unless the suspect talks. Well, unless you actually hear more about them, honestly, or talk to them beforehand, honestly, there's that. Guessing about the motive is just a waste of time. In other words, it's stupid to assume that Takano's in the call just because I don't know what her motive is. It's mostly just figuring out if she had any other reason for that because of that, though. Because everything happened with Takano, having connections to a watchdog organization, and also things, etc., attached to it, you wouldn't ever assume that from her. because of literally just all that missing information behind that. Hmm. Hmm. Because besides that, anything that had tying together to them, the victims, quote unquote, together, was just the fact that they had a romantic relationship and nothing else. But because the medication and the idea that it was a drug implanted into Tomotaki, and then just the weird way how he died, it lessens that connection honestly together so much, honestly. Even if like it seems like they have like the most like the one who possibly can do it. Rika-san, you can't say something like that without any proof. She's very nice to you. I'll give you suspect her for all that. Upon hearing me be ungrateful towards his boss, Okanogi flashed me an unpleasant smile. I don't trust him anymore. It's true that Takano was very nice to me. It might be disrespectful of me to suspect her, and probably thinking about it, even if all this happened perfectly, thinking about it, the only reason we could probably think about all this so easily then, unless, like, well, we always seen her, like, be really smart because probably, like, years and years of, like, trying to think about this all over again. I wonder how she technically acted the very first time, then. Without all this compounded together, she probably wouldn't figure this out until just now, either. It might be disrespectful of me to suspect her. However, I still can't trust her completely yet. Perhaps I've developed the same bad habit as Oishi. I mean, at this point, basically the same thing of like distrusting everyone until I can think of a reason why they don't do it. Like, what was it? I remember the first time when I was going through some Danganronpa cases, there was like one person which I literally just like figured out in my brain was like even though logically it makes sense for him to do it. It basically I wrote them up entirely and was correct by the end because it didn't make sense motive wise why they would do it anyway. But because everything Eureka has here now doesn't line up either. Am I believing every crazy theory I hear just because I'm desperate to escape from my fate? There's also that doubt, honestly, from everyone. Well, that one guy over there trying to gaslight you. In any case, something bad is going on around here. We all need to be careful. Don't worry. We received an order to tighten up your security, too. Eerie smiled bitterly. For him, their protection would be too different from stalking. Rika-san, make sure you don't give out too much information to the police. I think you understand, but you could create a problem if you talk to them about our secrets. He was implying to get to kill anyone I talked to. This isn't the first time to warn me about this. So, couldn't you possibly just, close the curtains and make a phone call? But I'm not thinking here the phone call, honestly. Ooh. Oh, shit. They can wiretap things, too. They heard everything in the phone lines. If they ever talked to Keiichi and all that, or Shion or me, honestly, they realized that. No wonder. It was a more applied paranoia that he couldn't even escape from, no matter what. Every single person who was paranoid in this game and series, no matter what. It's just, what if Takano really is the culprit? If she is, then Okanokogi just is almost certainly involved too. It makes sense he wouldn't want me to suspect Takano-san. But that would be horrifying. Takano's my enemy, and the mountain dogs were too. This whole clinic is a lion's den. You're just a researcher, so you probably wouldn't know what's really going on. The more I thought about it, the more confused I got. Why would Takano do something like that? I thought I'd just convince myself that the motive shouldn't even matter, but I can't stop thinking about it. Exactly, you should also think about motive. Also, it's a combination of who and why done it, okay? But Connor was really behind it all? Am I going as crazy as always just because of how badly I want to solve this mystery? Perhaps. Underdogs are like wolves looking after a flock of sheep. I lived for over 100 years. Never once found out who killed me, and I stayed close to the Erie Institute so they protect me. What if that was my big mistake? Well, I'm sure that Erie has no bad intentions. In many lives, I got to see how much genuine his feelings are. I can trust him in that motive. However, he's not really reliable. Okanokogi glanced over at me. He smiled and told me not to worry, but I noticed an evil glint in his eyes. It's possible that I have Hinamizawa syndrome, and that was just a hallucination. Yay. I don't understand anything. I don't even know who my enemies are anymore. There's no point in thinking about this any longer. I have to only trust who I know I can trust for sure. Only a few those people, but, though, Eri, Oishi, and my friends... If Okonogi is on Takana's side, he'll be watching me very closely. If I start accusing Takana of anything, who knows what they'll do to me. When this world first began, I thought I had no time left. That wasn't true then. Remember things that happened in just 2 weeks was immense. Hanyo, are you listening to this whole entire conversation? Aren't you listening to what Rika's been talking to the police about? Why are you suddenly just gone now? Why? I probably only have a few more days left until the day of my death. What can I do? How can I change this? Am I supposed to just take Hanyo's advice and resign this time? Or did Rika die from the gas disaster this time? From the very first loop, honestly, before she realized anything weird supernaturally was going on, and died from the gas disaster, and then subsequently just repeated this whole entire cycle then, and then because of that, Rika just got more involved with everything that's happening. Weirdly enough, so that even got touched over that Takana and the men dogs got suspicious of her, to the point they wanted to kill her before she said anything else. Ooh. And the gas disaster was just there to make sure no one would actually, like, investigate even more further what's happening then. There's that cover-up then, too. Even with the concrete over the swamp then, too, as well. Oh shit, I just realized something else. Were they the people that that actually got rid of the body too? Because Takano technically knew where Keiichi came from. She was the one who drove him. If they knew where the body was, technically speaking, then they could just remove that, and then, don't know the reason. What would be the reason why they would remove that body, though? What would be the motive for that way, though? Why? What's so important to them? They have to make sure the uncle is not dead alive anyway. Is it because, like, the next thought would be, like, someone actually literally was pretending to be, like, Satoko's uncle to make her drive more insane, honestly? But then what would be the reason for all that? Like, that could also tie into also why that they want to make sure that they want no one to know their existence, honestly. So that's why they have someone else take it over. And since Satoko is the one who has the disease, like, from the know-how, from what's everyone involved, if they can drive her to go insane and then kill Rika... Did she actually... From that state... Oh my. Oh, Jesus. Oh my good god, actually. Holy shit. It could be that, but why the motive for exactly why have it feels like it makes sense at the same time it doesn't. It's possible at the same time it's not. Because that means the only reason the body was gone was just to make sure that, like, make Satoko go even more crazy then. If they're not planning to make her go crazy, though, and have her kill Rika, like, if they don't have a reason for why Satoko should go crazy anyway, why then get rid of the body, then? There's something missing in that point there, for that part. There's something still missing from Chapter 3, honestly. It's something still missing. Am I supposed to just take Hanyo's advice and resign this time? There's a lot here, honestly. The only time I guess, like, Rika can't talk to her friends while being suspicious is actually at school too, then. That's the only time you can be in this route, in this world, honestly. And since I'm mitigate technology, don't use phones. Don't use the motor phones for wiretapping stuff and all that. So Rika, spell out your paranoid ramblings to everyone else. Yeah. She's been missing since the night of Watanagashi. Gonna be the curse of Yashiro-sama? Oh, don't tell me Rika didn't come to school. It's freaky this happened 5 years in a row now. Hinamizawa was a small village. Rumors spread fast here. I'm gonna assume that she's still alive, though. Right here. Besides, she's Mia and Sonozaki. She would have found out this yesterday even if the police were trying to hide it. Okay. We're talking about Takano then. My friends are all talking about the mysterious death of Toмотaki and the disappearance of Takano. People in this village are very superstitious. For almost good reason. No matter what happens, they conclude that everything is the curse of Oyashiro-sama, with absolutely nothing else happening. That makes sense. The past incidents don't matter to me either way. Well, shit, just reminded me that my first theory was honestly literally just all about, like the first instance honestly was all just people, honestly. Because there's actually some instances of supernatural stuff happening, my, idea changed anyway. And it just evolved. Yay. All I'm interested in is the current one. The culprit of this case will probably kill me too. 2 days have passed since Watanagashi. Today is Tuesday, June 21st, 1983. Okay, wait, holy shit. Does the festival just... Wait, I don't... Didn't the festival happen on June 20th, though? It's 2 days from that? When does the festival happen anymore? When does the festival happen anymore? It's not my birthday anymore. This is the day after it. What's happening? What's happening? Timing is weird in this world. It's going insane. At the earliest, I get killed the night of the 22nd. That is, tomorrow night. The day of my death is always different. I always end up getting killed, but the date when it happens varies. It's because they trying to figure out if you're a threat or not. Then I guess the culprit has their own reasons for that. Because the mix, like, you only remember, like, certain routes, honestly, at this point. Oh, makes sense. You only think you only died every single time. Oh. Because just learning this whole new power, honestly, and then, so many centuries of happening and doing things so many different times, you just completely forget about it sometimes. Oh, boy. There's only one thing I'm sure about. Based on my experiences, I'll live for sure until tomorrow night. After that, I'll have to live with the fear of getting murdered any moment. Still, there's no real reason to be afraid. When I wake up, I'll be in a brand new world again. I can never remember how I'm killed, and especially with him always telling you all that, at least you have something new to think about if you die anyway this time. So Hanyo, don't worry, she's not gonna give up just yet. It's gonna be the whole thing of figuring out how to change their plans, honestly. And if she can't do that, then maybe she'll give up, honestly. Maybe then she'll give up. That's the next thing to worry about. Can I remember how I'm killed? That's why I'm not that afraid of killing itself. I'm just frustrated that my life is about repeating the same things over and like a broken record. However, at present, I'm frustrated. My classmates just expect that their peaceful days will continue forever. I couldn't feel that way. I feel frustrated and full of sorrow. I really don't want to die. It's tomorrow night. Are you ready, Rika? How foolish of you to ask. What makes it look like I am? Hanya was trying to warn me that I might get killed tomorrow night. I'm already thinking about that in my own thoughts. As though she already knew what was going to happen for sure. You worked very hard, Rika. Miss Light's Watanagashi was the best festival I ever had. Didn't you feel that way too? It was fun. It really was fun. Satoko had band-aids all over her face, but everyone was there together and we kicked up a storm. I want this world to continue forever. I can't accept that this world is going to end tomorrow at the earliest and within 1 or 2 weeks at the latest. I'm sure your next life will be just as fun. So this world is over and done with? This is such a happy world, but it's just gonna end like that? All my friends are alive and happy. Keiichi doesn't feel alone, and Rei's family is happy too. Mia and Shion are getting along, as well as Shion and Satoko. The issue with Satoko's uncle is resolved, and she is no longer treated coldly by the other villagers. This is the best world I've ever experienced. This world is going to end. Rika? You think of yourself as a normal person too often, when we're both special beings. Oh, she's trying to be a special... It's that weird thing of Rika does every single loop to make it seem like she's always a normal person, but at the same time, you do just enough to make it seem like you're not, and then because you're trying to keep a facade of a normal person every time instead of using the loop to your advantage, then it led to all this happening. Then use it to your advantage, you. Every child wants their party to continue forever, but the party always ends. That's why children always wish for the enjoyable moments to continue for all time. Doesn't mean they'll grieve over a party that's ended. Once they sleep, another day will come for them. Something wonderful will happen again. No one disappears like Cinderella once the party's over. What a way for you to describe my view on life. You're like a child who's crying because she doesn't want to leave the party, and you're doing the analogy. Well, there's no need to feel that sad, is there? There'll be another party again soon. You still hate to go through another death, but it's only like sleeping for a while, isn't it? Hanyo, don't you want to see what lies beyond June of 1983? Well, I'll be lying if I said I didn't, but I'm more concerned about you being consumed by the thought and getting hurt because of it. You just don't understand. Without you, I had to live for such a long time without anyone to talk to, and I'll only be able to stare at the festival without being part of it. No one will be able to see me. No one will be able to hear me or talk to me either. Do you have any idea how miserable and lonely that will be? Very. I finally found you, Rika. I can't survive without you anymore. But I can't just die like you can either. I have to live alone until the end of time. I have to be alone until someone like you shows up again. I don't want that. I can't stand the thought of it. Anyo. Rika, please take that heartbreaking promise you made. I don't want you to give up if this world doesn't work out for you. Hanyo, I'm sorry. I'll think about it for a while. I want to do what I can to the end. When that happens, I can decide what to do. I think there's still some hope I can go on living. If I feel desperate enough, I can just give up. It might not ultimately be a bad thing to repeat June of 1983 over and over. Perhaps I might be blessed in their fortunate life someday. Hanyo nodded with a little satisfaction to hearing that. This is that my feelings were starting to lean the way she wanted them. Yes, manipulation is working. Thank you so much. God. What's up, Reina? Are you planning to take Rika-chan home with you? Hey, Keiichi-kun? Don't you think that Rika-chan seems to be feeling down? Well, I don't know. She might still be tired from doing the dedication dance at the festival. She's sensing it already. Well, you're emotionally intelligent. Very much so, honestly, Reina, so makes sense, honestly. Rika-chan was sitting all by herself, wearing a sad expression. I said she might still be tired from the festival. That wasn't really how it looked. Satoko-chan is free now, so I thought she'd have a spring in her step. But she's been acting weird since yesterday. I wonder if things going on. Satoko's issues are all settled now. There shouldn't be anything that's troubling her anymore. We thought Satoko and Rika-chan might not be able to live together if they found a new guardian for Satoko. That problem is almost solved. She's all back into the same environment Rika is, the same house, honestly. And we're back in Katie's perspective, so... Either the Sonozaki family or the Kimiyoshi family will become her guardian. Mayor Kimiyoshi is already Rika's guardian. The Sonozaki family gets custody, and Satoko will officially become Shion's little sister. Anyway, I had no idea why Rika-chan was getting so upset. I think we should ask her what's going on. I don't want her to think that we're insensitive. Just about slamming the desk. What's wrong with you, Rika? Tell me this right now. We want you to be happy. But I guess you can ask her, I guess. Of course, it makes sense for Keiichi to ask, but no one else in this room. It has to be Keiichi, though, because he's insensitive. Oh, so you're saying that it's okay for me to be insensitive, then? Rina laughed and stuck her tongue out at me. I walked up to Rika-chan and struck out a conversation. Perhaps something is still troubling Satoko. We just don't know about it. If that's the case, we need to help her. You don't look so good. Is anything weird going on? Oh, Keiichi. Rika had been daydreaming. It took her a while to realize that I was talking to her. Do I look upset or something? Kind of. Is anything the matter? It took her a while to answer. Such a long silence had to mean yes. Keiichi, it's a poem that I want you to listen to. Poem? As of the poems we've been reading this entire time? Don't ask me who wrote it. I just want you to know what you think. Alright, let me hear it then. Rika closed her eyes and recited a short poem. It was something like this. Everyone has the right to be happy, yet so hard to receive. Everyone has the right to be happy, yet so hard to fulfill. I have the right to be happy, yet so hard to compromise. That's a pretty interesting poem. Did you write it? Oh, I'm not supposed to ask that, huh? No, you're not. You're supposed to figure it out by yourself. You're the reader, I'm the author. We're not supposed to be the other way around. God. What did you think after hearing it? Everyone has the right to be happy, yet so hard to receive. I understand that. Everyone does have the right to be happy. That doesn't mean that everyone can receive the happiness. Everyone has the right to be happy, yet it's so hard to fulfill. This one's a little hard to understand, but exercising that right probably refers to the process of finding happiness and granting happiness to other people. Everyone has the right to work hard for their happiness. It's not that easy for that work to bear fruit. I have the right to be happy, yet it's so hard to compromise. I guess she's trying to talk about compromising your happiness? There's no limit to human desires. You can never stop wanting more. That's why people need to make compromises on their happiness. At least that's how I understand it. And she was trying to say that we should be satisfied with what we have. It sounds like a positive statement. There's also a negative tone to the way it's presented. I think this poem is reflecting the feelings of the writer. I think so too. So what else did you think? She won't admit it, but I'm sure Rika-chan is the one who made that poem and it's reflecting how she's feeling. I'm not that smart, but even I can understand that. Look, you're not smart. You are clever. You're witty. That's the best thing, honestly. I thought it was a sad poem. Sad? I understand the first two lines. Everyone has the right to be happy, but not everyone can become happy that easily. I think those lines are describing the difficult parts of our lives. The last line is different. Make compromise is the same thing as giving up. The writer of this poem has given up on their happiness, compromised with reality, and trying to convince themselves they're happy. Trying to convince themselves they're happy, you say? With plenty of regrets, too. Everyone can become happy with enough effort, but she thinks that she can't. The poem reflects her helplessness. It's very, very sad. And Keiichi, what do you think she should do? She shouldn't give up. She shouldn't give up? The writer of this poem already knows that she can be happy. It's something that she deserves. She's been thinking about how to become happy for a long time. This is turning into just interpretive poetry in the session, honestly. I do like this, though. I'm an English major. I live and breathe this stuff, honestly. It's fun. It's really goddamn fun. Another reason why I like mystery stuff so much. I love figuring things out, like, on a minute level, honestly. If she really wants to be happy, she shouldn't give up. Remember, we overcame a desperate situation in only a few days. If we all work together, we can make a miracle happen. You saw with your own eyes, didn't you? What's troubling you? Talk to me. There's something I want to talk to all of you about. But if I do that, you won't be able to live in this village anymore. Happiness for me would be to see what's beyond June 1983 together with all of you. It wouldn't mean anything if I lived beyond this June without you. We won't be able to live in Hinamizawa anymore? Why is that? They'll kill you if I find out that I talked to you. That's why I can't say anything. What do you mean they'll kill us? Are you being threatened by someone? The word kill is not something that most people use casually. I tried to hear it coming from her mouth. That's why I couldn't help but raise my voice. So everyone out there can see it, even the bodyguards, they know exactly what you're talking about now. Have fun with that, Keiichi. Have fun. I don't know who's the enemy and who's not. The only thing I know for sure is that someone's gonna kill me. Wait, Rika-chan. Talk to me. What the hell's going on? Is somebody threatening her? Yes, I was actually thinking in my back of my mind, he could have come back, actually, and like, while looking for the bank book, I'm threatening Satoko or even Rika or someone else again, just to break inside the house again, even if Satoko doesn't live there anymore. Because he still wants that bank back all this time. And actually, that's kind of a smaller mystery than now, too, actually. Huh. It's not an important mystery, but it's an interesting one nonetheless. Is Teppei threatening her? No, that isn't possible. The police arrested him. Besides that, the Sonosaki family told him to never come back to the village. There's no way you could contact Rika-chan in order to threaten her. And even if that somehow was the case, Rika-chan could just talk to me and everything would be taken care of. But based on her expression, it seems like this is way deeper than that, spanning multiple generations and dimensions. I'm sorry. If I talk, you'll be dragged into this. If I lose you, I have no more reason to survive. I just can't talk to you about this. I'm not gonna compromise my happiness. I don't understand what you're trying to say. You sound just like Satoko did a few days ago. Like Satoko? Yeah, there was that parallel too, honestly. I was thinking back in mind, honestly. Everything that's been happening. Feeling powerlessness over almost everything happening of almost every single wake of the day. It actually makes quite a lot of sense to actually include all this stuff along with a parallel with the third installment, actually. It works a lot with all this. Instead of the whole world thing is bearing down in like Satoko because of her uncle and it feels like not even people above her like can feels like that. Like they help her honestly, but the curse as well compounding on her. Even with feeling her brother should like try to be strong for her brother to come back and honestly all that. Besides that, it also has a lot of sense to have Rika to have all this happen all at the same time, all at once. Instead of like the curse happening, like compounding on top of Sadako, now it's the entire world and like many different entire timelines and loops also like compounding on Rika, which is way much more extreme. It works a lot. It works well for writing and storytelling. It works really good. It looks really well. Like Sadako? Yeah. You're thinking it's better to be patient. You've heard the courage needed to fight. You sound like that. Weren't you the one who told us Sadako to be brave over the phone? My words had clearly hurt Rika-chan's feelings. She bit her lip and went quiet for a moment. Don't know if I hurt her feelings, but she just realized how conflicting her emotions are, honestly. Because being human is being full of contradictions. Does that mean being a god is like apparently you're just completely filled with perfections, though? That wouldn't make a lot of sense either, though. Because like the whole world is filled with some weird stuff, honestly, weird coincidences and contradictions anyway. So, She bit her lip and went quiet for a moment. If I talk to you, you might get killed too. Well, I don't want that, of course. But if we don't do anything, you're gonna get killed either, right? We don't want a future without you either, Rika-chan. What? You may not want to get us involved, but likewise, we don't want to lose you either. We welcome the struggle. Besides, you know how powerful we can be together. I'm sure we can solve anything if we all work as one. Not even combined strength can solve this problem. You don't want to talk to us because you don't want to drag us into it, right? So what you're saying is that you want to die without telling us anything? I guess that's what I'm saying. Hey, don't think that being patient is the same thing as being brave. Remember, the courage to fight. You can talk to me anytime, once you realize your feelings. Yeah, the whole conversation of I'm waiting and seeing basically all over again, honestly. You can count on us. Thank you. Rika-chan was wearing a sorrowful smile. I can tell that she appreciated my sympathy. I don't know why, but Rika-chan is troubled by something. It's a matter of life and death for her. She can't even talk to us about it. At the very least, she won't talk to me. Hey, Sadako, just nudge towards her. Speak to her, please. And actually, oh boy, actually thinking about it. Oh. Has she been taking the syringes, actually? I want to be sure of that right now. Has Satoko been taking that? Has Satoko been taking those right now, actually? It makes sense she wouldn't be taking them because of all the stress that happened like last night. Oh no. Oh no, I hope it's not a thing like, for example, when I take some of my medication for like ADHD and stuff like that back then, like antidepressants, honestly, then if I forget to take it once or twice, then you forget to take them for like quite a while then, honestly. Oh no. Oh no. How was Keiichi-kun? Oh, how was it, Keiichi-kun? Sorry. Is Rika-chan troubled by something? It doesn't happen very often. Satoko. This is gonna sound strange, but is there any chance that someone is threatening Rika-chan's life? What? What in the world are you saying, Keiichi-san? Rika-chan is the village mascot. You're just here for the school here, honestly. Are you just gonna move here, honestly, for the schooling and all that? I thought you had friends in your trade school, honestly, in Okonomiya. Why are you always here? And this is lunchtime, honestly. Is this literally the club thing after school happens? Doesn't it take an hour to get to Okonomiya? Are you just here for school no matter what now? What's going on with you, Shion? Oh my god. Rika-chan is a village mascot. You would worship her. No one ever tried to kill her. What's this? What are you guys talking about? When I talk to my friends, the stranger seemed to someone try to kill Rika-chan. Everyone's even more confused than I felt. Rika-chan didn't talk to me about what's troubling her. I'm sure there's something very serious going on with her. If she really trusts us, I'm sure she'll talk to us soon. Let's believe everything she tells us if she opens her heart. Okay? We all looked at each other and nodded. Ooh, wait, the combined Fate Notebook stuff? Okay, we hear the legendary things of Hifumi Tea. Achievement number 34. From here on, it all starts to unravel. Hi there, it's Akano all over again. Oh boy, oh yay. So it's just a combination of two other things? Okay then, why don't you just give them separately then? Don't know why you combine them all into one tip then, okay. I'm so curious. The Son of God promised that he would be resurrected within 3 days. What the fuck? Sinful men guarded his grave to make sure he would not wake up. That was foolish enough. What is happening now? So everything we were guessing already before, it's all technically already happening already. There's supernatural, there's people, there's a giant conspiracy happening, there's also the coincidences that bind them all together, honestly. It's literally just everything. I remember making that guess a while back. Oh my good god. Jesus Christ. Sinful men guarded his grave to make sure he would not wake up, but that was foolish of them. He meant that his spirit and his lessons would be resurrected, not his physical shell. That's a weird way to start a conversation right there, then. Do not be afraid of physical death. If you achieve great things, you will live again. You will surpass death and become immortal. A demon took the Son of God to a cliff and told him to jump off. He claimed that if he really was the Son of God, a miracle would help him survive. He tried to challenge the Lord. The Lord challenges humans, but humans may not challenge the Lord. The challenge is to suspect. Suspicion will speak words of evil into your ears and will make you falter. This is going to hold bouts of religion stuff, and I already made my stance clear from suspecting things until I believe them, honestly, so you already know my stance on this. Oh boy. This will lead into a whole bunch of things like that. Blind faith stuff. Oh boy. Suspicion will speak words of evil into your ears, and it'll make you falter. Do not doubt your own achievements. Do not doubt your own life. Do not doubt your contributions. Do not let others criticize your achievements. It's the same as doubting your own life. Yeah, this is turning to Scientology stuff now, feels like. Just don't doubt any of the teachings, honestly, anyway. That's what it feels like right now. Oh, boy. Hifumi Tea. That was underneath two different faded notebooks. Okay. Okay, alright then. Well, I guess it explains almost everything. I've seen some, like, a combination of going through this blood and some small people's reservations going through this game, honestly. Of yeah. Okay, that explains this one small title explains quite a lot, honestly. Like, huh. It's really just a combination of almost everything. The game is already, like, trying to make you think it's one or the other. It's a combination of all of them. And all y'all people in the fucking after party, like, thing of the first 4 installments kept saying, like, Keiichi, you're stupid. It's not all of them. It has to be only one of them. It has to be only one of them. Occam's razor has to be this thing here. It's fiction. It can be as complicated as it needs to be. Okay? It's not fucking real life where well, it could just be real life where everything is fucking complicated as it is as well, because it's a combination of a bunch of simple things all compounded together make it something more complex, and if you don't have all the pieces together, it's gonna be fucking complex anyway. It only then seems simple afterwards because you have all the information there anyway. It's the same feeling you get when you basically know the answers to everything. Like, for example, Mystery Store, then read through it again, and then everything seems simple now. When you're reading for the first time, everything seems very complex and simplistic, but when you go through it again, you now realize, oh, this person was actually going to do that. That's why they phrase it that way. That's why they seem weird here. Oh, that's why that person was doing this that time. It's like, it's simple in hindsight now. But in totality, it's complex. That whole thing. There was, like, some... Huh. Huh. I'm trying to think even more now of, like, where, like, the past curse is actually all by a person's hands, honestly. That's something we don't know, technically speaking, of, the whole Operation Doomsday. If, like, they're really just taking advantage of the weird 4-year coincidences of people dying every single year to their own advantage, or is it gonna be another weird reveal, honestly, then, that every coincidence that happened every 4 years, actually someone else caused them, and then someone else came along and took over for it? Or did Operation Doomsday, the Mountain Dogs actually after the very first damn murder actually take over everything else? Or was it really just a combination of people just killing, like, because literally besides, like, you know, the first 3, like, years, honestly, it makes sense why the people would be killed for the damn conflict itself. And then the years that gone by, then everyone just, like, how everyone in the village decided to when they thought critically about it, not to think over, like, the Hojo's, I guess, name, because both the parents died from the damn conflicts, like, you know, conflicts, and plus the fact that she had no reason to do it. But then also with Rika's parents' death as well, there's also, like, that whole thing of killing them because there's a confliction with the death. The suicide from Rika's dad's death is something to be suspicious about as well. It's actually kind of the mystery that figure out all throughout this, then. If every year was just someone died coincidentally, or it was pre-planned by Doomsday, or literally someone else, honestly, every single year to take over all this, honestly. Because, like, again, the whole town is, like, very much more superstitious and a bit more religious, honestly, so they can think to kill, you know, some proponents of the damn conflict on the same year and all that. But, after the first year happened, I guess the rest of the years, like, everyone just got what they needed from, the original damn conflicts, from their grudges, honestly, and just moved on from there. It makes sense in that way, but, it makes it a bit weird to think about if the aunt has something to do with it, Satoshi killed her or not, and the weird inclusion of why that guy is there anyway. And again, if the reason why Satoshi hasn't been found ever since then is because the Mountain Dogs could, like, took care of him, the same way if there's still the weird thing of the first murder, the very first year's curse, hasn't been found ever since then. Did they have some involvement with grabbing them and hauling them off and, like, keeping them hidden somewhere? And it's just a government conspiracy then all over again, all over then. It's not a town conspiracy, it's a government conspiracy, it's all out, combined all over again. Oh boy. Well, this game has, like, the series is, like, having its cake and eating it too, of having almost every single answer at the same time, but making you think it's only one thing at a time, and, like, they already did, like, as I mentioned several times, the very first 4 question arcs things, it does a really great job of making you second guess everything you're thinking about, and making you think you're also going insane at some points. Because how things compound together, and by the very end, everything makes complete and utter sense. I'll say it's good on that front. It's very good on that front. But you have to combine all this in totality. And again, it still feels a bit weird to my big issue with the series in some capacities. It's an unfair mystery, but it's a great thriller, honestly. It's probably just because of the label of that, honestly. And just the genres listed under. It's probably just that's probably the biggest contention I have with it. They're probably well, not the contention I have with it, because I'm technically feeling fine with it. I don't know how to feel about it being a mystery, honestly. I'm just conflicted about that, but as a thriller, if I put it under that label, yeah, it makes so much more sense, honestly. It makes a lot more sense, honestly. Because, yeah. Because each route gives its own clues, and honestly, when we combine it all together, it makes complete sense. But if you're trying to do a mystery, a non-linear one, in some way, stuff like that, well, if you're removing the whole Rika's whole thing, I'm not entirely too fair of a mystery in some cases. And I'm trying to sort out my own conflicted feelings with the label, honestly. I think it's really just because I'm just leaving label as a mystery from the very honest beginning, and it becomes a thriller at the very end. But the biggest clues you get from us on the mystery is stuff you only find out right here, like in this installment, pretty much. And this is like the second to last to the series, I guess. Well, besides the epilogue, anyway. It's because of that whole thing. It makes sense why people the people I talked to talked about the game before in in vague terms. Like it at the same time is a bit weird to consider on totality, honestly. There is that. But I'm still keeping an eye on Satoko, honestly, for all this time, because honestly, it feels like you have all the information here, but it's the details about Operation Doomsday and the Mountain Dogs, honestly, is the one thing we just need to learn more about. Whether we learn about in the next, the remaining chapters of this installment, or we technically learn about it from somehow of how everything becomes a happy ending, the final installment, honestly. Somehow, that's probably the reason how we get more we get most of the answers here, but the small intricate details, honestly, figure out, or it gets hinted out in this installment, and then all gets complete answer in the next one, in the final one, technically speaking. I guess it's how it's all gonna feel then. Oh boy. Huh. I'm kind of happy. I'm just sitting here wondering what things I've called out, like one thing I got right, and what things I've gotten completely wrong, or had some good feeling about, and I'm also just trying to think, sitting here, just to figure out what things I completely got dead wrong. Without all that, that'll be interesting, I guess, if I go back and just watch all these episodes on my own self, just to see them, oh, Mitz, you were completely dead wrong here, you fucking ignoramus. That'd be fun to go through if I do that. Oh boy, that'd be really fun to go through when I get time later on in the future. Oh boy, this would be so fun. But I guess we're gonna figure out to see what else, how Rika will figure things out, or at the very least, it's making it seem clear that Keiichi's gonna convince Rika to tell everyone there, and I guess to see what Rika and Co.'s plans would be to stop all this would be. But I guess we'll figure all that for next time then. So, hope a fun time watching as I am playing this. Hope you see you next time, what time that may be, and I hope you fantastic day.